Hey everyone, welcome to the live stream. I haven't done a live stream in a little while. This is Dark Truth Collections, formerly known as Coin World UK or CWK. Kevin Hawthorne, nice to see you. Good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. I guess it's nice and sunny in Florida there. The question of the day is, why do collectors collect? I had this question on TikTok a little while back. And I've always questioned why we collect and what things do you enjoy collecting. I'm not sure if it's going to go for an advertisement first or not, but if not, I will start again. It's just a spontaneous live stream to see if anybody's going to come in or not. Let's just, hello, sounds pretty good. Let's go to all messages. So we have Kevin Hawthorne saying good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. The question of the day is, why do we collect? Why does anybody collect? I'm going to put a community post out actually. Raymond Yuan, how's it going, my friend? Good afternoon. You're getting ready to start work. Well, I hope it's not too busy for you. Even though busy is good because it takes, the time seems to fly by rather than standing around for so many hours. Yes, it's good morning to you, of course. Yeah, you're probably, 5-6 hours behind, depends where you are. And I think Florida is about 5 hours behind as well. I'm not sure which part of the United States you're from there, Raymond. I was asked a question. The reason I'm doing this is I was asked a question the other day on TikTok. I'm just putting out a live stream, a community post at the moment. Oh, thank you, brother. It's really kind of you. You didn't have to do that, man. That's really, really kind. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, man. Easy. Yeah, I just put out a community post asking. Basically, I experimented like a month ago on TikTok to do a live stream to see how it was, and it was kind of weird because you couldn't fit everything in. And why do collectors collect, and what is the point? And that's been like, should I do it on YouTube? Should I do it on TikTok? So I answer the question. For me personally, the reason why I like collecting and doing collections is obviously the fun part. You never know what you're going to find, something really cool, something unique. Something could be precious that you might find somewhere in an antique store or a coin store or whatever. But the main purpose of me collecting is preservation. is preserving something that could be old in the future. Like I will show later on the things that I think is precious to me, regardless of the gifts and stuff and that. But they're almost 2,000 years old. But because there was so many minted and made, they're not considered enough to go into a museum. So it's about personal preservation of your collection, whether you're collecting Hot Wheels, cards, whether you collect Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, comics. Collectors like looking for errors and variety. Yep, looking for rare and old ones. Exactly. People like doing that. I enjoy looking for errors, in my own free time. I wouldn't do it online because, it will bore a lot of people, I've tried it and people just weren't really interested. This is my own personal opinion. But in my own personal time, I do look for error coins and I do search for rare dates and stuff. But it's about preserving something. I'll show you some things in a moment. Now, these coins here are obviously our circulated coins. These are our commemoratives. This is just a small little thing, but I've got tons of them. I mean, if you look at my books, these books are so old. I've used these over and over again. It's like a bit like my right-hand man, really. It's just somewhere to put the spare ones, and I've put them in order. That's why you get the Brunel there, but this is not all of them. This is just my spare book. This is what I actually have, but these are just ones I've kept as spares. So to me, I'm just preserving history. When I showed this on TikTok a while ago, a month ago or so, people say you're just hoarding, you're not collecting, you're hoarding, blah blah blah. I said, well, okay, if you think of it like that, then fine. That's one way of looking at it, I guess. But I am preserving, in my own little way, my own little museum. But when I actually showed them what I do have on display, they soon changed their mind, because all they saw was this. I just put this down as this is just the £2, and that's all £2 there. It's all in. I spent hours the other day putting it all in order. These are all £2. It's all full books. I mean, people do it for fun. People stack. People stack silver. People stack gold, platinum. I can't afford gold. I can't afford platinum. Stamos. These some of these coins are worth way more than face value, but it's what I found over time. I did have them in order, but people do those Stamos. People do collect platinum. People you may not even heard of on YouTube still collect platinum. TikTok, there's a lot of platinum collectors, and Paladin as well. People collect copper rounds, and I don't believe that. And this is just a tiny part of my collection. I also like collecting silver. I don't stack silver like a lot of people. So these are some of the silver rounds that I have. Upside down. That's being British for you. Just ounce of silver. Because that's the rich people's Stamos. I'm not a rich person. but yeah, I was asked on TikTok a while ago, why do you collect? Why do you collect? What is the point of collecting? And why do you collect? That was the question that was asked. And people collect all variety of things, between Hot Wheels, cards. Well, that's good. That is good for you there, Stamos, and that's entirely up to you. Obviously, you collect what you can afford, what you can easily get. I personally can't afford a sovereign. I got sovereigns, but I can't afford them, because there's other things I'd rather buy for X amount of money, and I can get a lot more stuff for my collection that I need. I mean, if you want stuff like that, it's entirely up to you, my friend. But that's not the question. The question is, it's about not buying. It's about why you collect. You know, it's not what you can afford. It's not what you can buy. Is that why do you collect? What makes you fascinated about the double sovereigns? Why would you want to collect the double sovereigns? It's like Raymond. Why does he? What? I was basically asking the same question. I'm just referring what this person said to me. What is the point? Okay, what is the point? To me, it's about preservation. It's about the fun. It's about the challenge. I can sell this stuff, and yes, I could go and buy a lovely, beautiful sovereign. But that's one thing, and I've taken a long time to collect this stuff. You know, so I was called a hoarder until I showed them what I actually had on display, and then they changed their minds because they thought I just hoarded £2 coins. Well, it's taken me years to get where I am, and some people are jealous of others, and I will stand by that. And I know some people are hypocrites to themselves and contradictory to themselves, and into different things. And I don't just collect coins. I balance out what I can afford, what I want to collect, what I need. And I do a lot of research. Research is everything. And obviously I'm doing some videos at the moment. And these are the 3 coins I'm going to be doing later on. You'll see these in a few weeks because I'm a month ahead. I'm always ahead of myself because of my illness. I never know where I'm going to be or what I'm going to be doing. So I'm always a month ahead. I can have a whole month off YouTube and there will be videos every single day, because I like to be ahead of myself. And that way I'm not burning myself out. I can take a few days off, answer my comments, catch up with everybody, watch a load of videos. Then I can just do a load more of the videos and have fun. My point on YouTube is to have fun and enjoy myself. Where I've seen people take it to the next level and be really serious, and they forget about why they press record and why they enjoy collecting in the first place. Because I collect coins from all over the world, as you know. Numus Maniac, he's looking in. So this is a Chinese coin from 1994, so 1 yuan coin, or one, whatever you want to call it. And I find coins from all over the world fascinating, where a lot of people may stick to their own country or be in one country and then collect a different country. Cookiana! Hola! How's it going? Oh, I was watching an ad, sorry. I just tried doing a live stream a minute ago and it completely failed. So I had to stop it, delete it, and start it again. Skipper, if you want to come up, obviously, because I'm not sure if it's going to work, because this didn't let me do this last time. It kept saying not allowed to post these comments, which is this one. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from Western Canada. Argentina. Okay. So this is a even though this is really high mintages, obviously for me, Argentina is a long way away. So I buy coins from Argentina. Not actually in Argentina, but from coin stores. I always ask what they got, and I ask them to send me some whatever they got, and it's like a surprise bag. So this is you may have seen this a few times. Basically started my channel again. So this is from Brazil. So we got South America and all the way over to China. You know, a few thousand miles apart from each other. So you see these later on. These videos. ABC. I think that's just enough for a channel. So anyway, are you back now, Cookie? Are you? And then obviously I'm going to be doing C, D, and E, and my other C will be a Canadian coin. So these are the coins you're going to be seeing later on. And I collect coins from all over the world. What else I've got here? But okay, my friend, thank you so much for the super chat. I will actually, I know what I need to do. I will post your name on a post, which I normally do. Let me just take a photo a second of that, just to say thank you. But yeah, I was asked on TikTok, if you're just catching up, why do I collect and what is the point? And like anything, if you're into collecting anything, it's about the chase, preservation, the story behind something historic. Of course, this history is always important. Trying to fill the gaps in and having fun. Having fun is the main important thing, of course. And of course, I also collect stamps. I've been collecting stamps longer than I have been coins. Now, I found these particular ones, just two of them anyway, in a charity shop the other day. And these sets can go for quite a bit of money, but I found them for, was it $1.99? And I found this one. These are first day covers, and this is 1066, which is obviously the Battle of Hastings. Someone's address there. Not sure if it's a real address or not, but and this is really good to have that in the envelope. But I found them in a charity shop because I was just looking around the town where we live near in Stratford, and there was one of the bookshops there, charity shop bookshop, because I was looking for comics originally because I saw these girls with a load of comics, and I thought, wonder where they got them from, because I was after some comics, and this is what I had for Christmas off Zoe, which is the 350th anniversary of Battle of Edge Hill. And this is where the town we actually live in, where it all started in the Civil War against Oliver Cromwell and King Charles I. And one day, well, we can do that anytime really. We can just go up the hill and show you where the actual battle was. They do a reenactments here. But yeah, it's all about preservation, keeping something really old. Obviously, the stamps are obviously kind of new, apart from I've got some up there. Should have got some more bits down, but it doesn't matter. These are unique. This is a mule coin. Raymond was on about wrong date there, Skipper. The Magna Carta was 1412, I believe. The Battle of Hastings. The Battle of Hastings is 1066 was against the last Saxon king Harold and King William, or King William the Conqueror. We just kicked the Vikings out a few months prior to 1066, and the Magna Carta was King John. And King John wasn't actually a bad king, by the way. It was just, let's say, Hollywood changed that perspective. In fact, he was a tyrant in one way. Let's say all kings are tyrants in some ways, but good in others. But yeah, King John with the Magna Carta. Let me just. I think I got the Magna Carta here actually somewhere. There we go, straight away. Yeah, 12. Yeah, there you go. That's the Magna Carta coin. This is a £2 coin, King John. I think it's 1215, I believe. Yeah, 1215. 1215 when the Magna Carta was signed. Cookies subscribe to you there, Skip. You have to subscribe back, mate. Honestly, she's great. She's doing this. Oh, what was she doing the other day? She's shown those biscuit things, wasn't it? Oh, what was those biscuit things you were showing the other day, Cookie? Oh, they look really good. I had these like cookie stuff. What they were? They lemon or something, weren't they? I can't remember. Oh, my voice is nice. Thank you. I don't know what to say about that, but my buddy lives in Hawaii. How's the weather? Oh, it's the weather here. Oh, he was incorrect all this time. It's all right. We've all slept since then. And don't forget, you're in a different time zone this though, Skipper. That's your excuse, okay? But yeah, this particular one here is a mule coin. Obviously, with the mule coins, this is actually registered from the Royal Mint. That they've actually made it wrong with the wrong obverse to the right reverse. Year of the Horse, 2014. And so these are like a chase coin. Mule coins means chase coins. And this is what I mean when I had the question, why, what is the point of collecting? These are the point of collecting because these are, when you buy them, this is like 9 years old now. So no, 11 years old coin now. And this has gone up in value quite a lot. So that's the point of collecting. It's about preservation of history. And it's one of my favorite topics anyway at school was history. And this was a gift from Tabs. And we have a really, really nice looking coin here. We have a really, really lovely looking coin. I just missed Stamos's invitation, but I'm just going to do this at the moment on my own for the moment. And this is Austrian. This is a beautiful coin. Somebody called this lazy, which I don't believe it is lazy. I think it's one of the nicest renowned coins in the world. Or it's a coin. It's a silver round because it's my one and only philharmonic. And there's a reason why I bought this. Not because it's absolutely stunning coin. It's not a lazy coin, by the way. It's spectacular. It's an amazing coin. And to be honest, I don't think you can speak for all Americans. And this is a organ at the back, by the way, not a building. Hence why it's called a philharmonic, a philharmonica, to do with music, the orchestra. And if you heard of Chopin, Mozart, this is where it all started from. Beethoven, absolutely amazing classical music. And I believe it's €1.50 is on the actual coin itself. Yeah, €1.50, so €1.50. And but this is an ounce of silver. It's a beautiful looking coin, round. You can probably say both because it has got a monetary value on there. And I don't think this is a lazy design at all. I think it's one of the beautifulest rounds ever made. There's a lot of tragic ones out there that was really, really bad. And to put this down as bad as a silver collector or stacker, and then you mount these anyway, but when you sell your mounted stuff, you're basically still selling a philharmonic. And I believe it's actually illegal to mount these down anyway, so you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Stamos, I'm going to do this on my own for the moment, mate. But I do like American coinage. I think American coinage is really cool. And obviously we've got the peace dollars. I absolutely love the peace dollars. I'm an underdog fan. And it's quite ironic when I've asked a few people in American streams, which is your favorite, Morgan or peace dollar, and people go to the Morgan. And so I think the peace dollar is a beautiful looking coin with a bold eagle on there. You got a nice looking Liberty. Marianne, her name is, from the Statue of Liberty. And this is 1922, so 103 years old. I don't believe in grades though when you put grades on a coin, on a flip, because it's obviously not MS64 at all. And we'll go on to the Morgan dollar. Again, still a lovely looking silver round coin because it is a dollar. And I think they're a beautiful looking coin. I like the presidential seal at the back as well. I think this particular one, this is the first seal. I think the second seal was designed by Jackie Kennedy, I believe. She commissioned it. Was the new presidential seal that you see today. But this is the first seal. And I think it was Nancy Reagan who designed the colours for Air Force One, the silver, blue and white, I believe. But yeah, these are absolutely... And you got the SE, the American Silver Eagle, of course. And I think it's what you like, but you shouldn't put down and discourage others when you're a collector yourself or you're a stacker yourself. I don't believe you should discourage anybody or make fun of a culture or anything like that. And if the truth be known, the American Silver Eagle or the walking dollar, the walking Liberty, the half dollars, these were actually designed buy the Soa, which is a French design. If you have a look at a French coin and you see a Soa, they're sowing seeds, and this is an adaptation of that particular image. And then you have the second presidential seal. And I like these coins. You know, I like American coins. I like any kind of coins. I'm a coin collector myself. This is a 2017 W from West Point. And but I don't believe anybody should discourage people from falling into a trap of saying, oh, this coin is horrible because, and everybody's agreeing, because I've seen this happen so many times from my experience. Some people being hypocrites going, oh, I don't like the Philharmonic. I'm just using this as an example. It was a different coin. I don't like the Philharmonic, but then going to someone else's stream and saying, oh yeah, these are fantastic. I've seen this happen so many times. And I've actually pointed that out to some people. I wouldn't go into an American thing and say, oh, I don't like the ASE because I think it's just a knockoff of a French coin. I think they're absolutely amazing. I like the adaptation of the American flag being blown in the wind as the clouds. I like the presidential seal. I think they could do more. I think there's a lot of coins out there absolutely naff. Even our British coins. Yeah, Ed Norton was a sewer, worked on the Honeymooners. Okay, well that's interesting. Ryan from Wiltshire and Clan. We're actually called Moonrakers. You can look that up if you like. Search for Moonrakers. If anybody thinks that prohibition happened in America, go and search for Moonrakers. Not really, no. Ed Norton. I don't know who Ed Norton is, but was a sewer worker in the Honeymooners. Is that a group? But no, if you think prohibition back in the 1920s, 1930s, go and search for Moonrakers, because the British, or the Wiltshire where I'm from, did prohibition 100 odd years prior to that. So and then if you have a look for Moonrakers, then you'll understand where prohibition really came from. And just a little bit of insight, Wiltshire people have a kind of cord a bit thick. I have no idea. 1950s, my friend. So sorry. I ain't got a clue. Anybody know that one? Cookie, Luminous Maniac. I know you do, obviously. Cramden. No. You're gonna have to explain that to me. Bloody autocorrect. I hate autocorrect. I really do. It does my head in. And I write out comments, it comes out after. It's like writing out 10 comments for one. But yeah, it's Wiltshire people have a tendency to be called thick, because what happened was, back in the day, in a little town called Devizes, now to be a true moonraker, you have to live near the pond of this. You have to be born there. By the actual lake is still there. And when the police came along, or I can't remember the name, but they not actually the police, they were called someone else. They were called like night watchmen, and it was illegal to carry booze. It was legal to have booze unless you're inside an inn or a pub. And so these moonrakers, Cookiana, thank you so much for the 99 cent super sticker. That's really kind of you. And what people would do, these guys, they would bury the barrels of beer or ale or whiskey or whatever it was in the lake. And the moon will shine on the lake. So these guys didn't know how to get the out the barrels out they threw them in because they saw the night watchman, so to speak. And I'll just take a picture there, Cookie, and I'll put your link in onto a post in a bit. So that's Raymond and Cookie. Thank you so much. That's really kind, man. I do appreciate that. And what happens is they decided to get the rakes out to get the casks out. But what happened was the night watchman came along. It's like a little bridge. It's still there today. And the night watchman said, "Oh, what you two doing?" And they said, "Oh, we're trying to get the cheese out the river," pretend they're a bit stupid. And so the night watchman, because obviously it was punishable by death, basically back in the day, and they thought, well, these two idiots are just idiots trying to rake the moon out the river, so they're called moon rakers. But what the night watchman didn't realise, there was loads of barrels buried in the water, and the weight of them got them stuck. And there's actually pictures of them. I'll show you so I can explain what I'm talking about. And there's actually a poem about it as well. Here you go, Wiltshire Moonrakers. And that's where I'm actually from. 1787. What? That's actually quite true. Also, have you ever used the expression "pipe down" to tell? Yes, I was told that quite a lot by my parents. So yeah, the origins here. So this is where, well, Bishop's Cannons is in Devizes. But yeah, here we go. It says it there. Moonrakers are strictly from Devizes. And you probably passed through there, Skipper, once when you was going to Salisbury. You'd have gone through Devizes. No, I'm not going to go and stand in the middle of a rake with a rake to rake the moon out of the water, because they said it was like cheese. And here's the river today. Here's like a little lake thing, and that's the exact one. Here we go. So Prohibition was back in 1787. So yeah, don't know if you can see that now. So yeah. Interesting story from my county. As long as you're born, you're not a true actual unless you're born near the river. But Wiltshire, if you're born and bred, and your family's born and bred, you are a true moonraker. So yeah, that was just a bit of history there. From, if that's my accent, by the way. cookies aren't watching the ads. But yeah, it's interesting to find out where your accent comes from or your heritage and stuff like that. I expect a lot of people's got some great. Pretty much, yeah, they're all wilted. They're outcasts, what you want to call them. But going back to other collections, now I've got a few bits out. And another silver round I really do like. Obviously, I do like the silver goose dollar. I think I've got 2 of those now. Obviously, there's other silver stuff I enjoy looking at, but I'm only getting stuff that I can get available to show you guys. And this is the Maria Theresa Italia, another Austrian coin. And this is certainly not a lazy coin. Actually, this is a class as a round, I believe. And this is an actual gift from Austrian Stacker. And going back to the Philharmonic, the reason why I got this one is not because I bought this actually from an American auction on YouTube, because it was a remembrance auction for a friend that sadly passed away a few years ago. He was a YouTuber, and I bought this for his memory, Rico's Hunting Treasure. And so there's a lot to this coin here. There's a okay, Ed, that's your crazy opinion, but a lot of collectibles are actually rising. But if they're going down in price, for us collectors, that's a good thing. It's when they rise is not a good thing. Like, when did we go to the antique store? Was it Friday? Friday went to an antique store, and what happened was there was a bloke in there. Now, I'm not sure where you're from, Ed, the subliminal viewer. The antique store in there had a certificate on there. There's 2, I can't remember the first, but then you got one that says BNTA on it, which is the British Numismatic Trade Association. And there was the dealer in there was talking about his coins. There was no silver coins, and he was selling a 2019 Kew Gardens in a change checker flip. And I asked, just out of curiosity, how much is that? Not knowing that I wouldn't say an expert, but I know what I can keep a conversation going about coins and collectibles quite easily. And he says £152, right? Is that right? £152. And I said, for a 2019 replica coin for the 2009 Kew Gardens? And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, but you can get them off Chain Checker's website with a set for about £60. And give me a second, I'll just show you the coin that I'm referring to. So where did you get that information from there then? Where did you get your information from, Ed? That would be helpful. this is the coin that he was talking about, which is the 2019 Kew Gardens 50p coin. And you get the whole set here. This is the full set. Oh, not ads again. Sorry, Cookie. I don't even turn anything on. I just literally just whack the live stream up from StreamYards and away I go. Crazy if you tell me what collectibles are on the rise. Yeah, the top 1% can drop 500,000 on the coin or Pokemon card, and the rest of this 99%, the coins have lost. Well, collectibles are like the stock markets. Things go up, things go down. But my best advice is to shop around, because there's always people out there doing great deals, great values. There's a lot of people out there that I've reviewed doing crazy values and crazy ideas, giving it word salad, can't read graphs properly. I got banned from a channel about 4 years ago. I can't go back to the channel because he was reading the graph wrong. That's eBay, right? You're talking about eBay. You're talking about eBay, yes, I guess I take it. Kind of agree. Kind of, if you're going on eBay prices, now I've always said never give up hope. I mean, did you buy one off eBay? Did you buy one, or did you already have one? Are you trying to sell them? I don't know what your markets have tanked, and yes, it's a great time to buy. It's a buyer's market, so that's why my crazy opinion. If you agree, yeah, if it's gone down, like everything goes up and down, like stocks. So for collectors' point of view, it's a good thing. But if you're a trader, it's not a good thing. If you're a collector and you want to sell your goods, or you want to sell your coins, it's not a good idea to sell when it's low. So you want to wait for it to go back up again if you want to buy and sell. See, Facebook Marketplace and eBay and Facebook Marketplace are not coin stores. I get mine from coin stores, and I only get stuff that I need. Now, I'll show you my Kew Gardens. Okay, have a guess how much this 50p cost me. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about the ads, guys. I don't put them on. It is automatic. I don't know. I just literally press StreamYards and press a button. I did start a stream earlier. This cost me the change when I come out of the garage. I used to have two of them, in fact, but I gave one away to, I think I gave one away to my nephew. by mistake. Divina, did you get your stuff? You got your stuff. I sent it off a little while ago. But yeah, this one here was out of my change back in 2019. So, and I used to have to. I'm pretty sure I gave one away to my nephew, or one of them anyway. They want some money for some sweets, and I just in a rush, and I goes, "Yeah." Lucky I kept this one because you are right. They were a lot of money back then, and I've already had this discussion on a video. Oh, good, good. You got them. And it cost me the change of 50p. And people still find them in coin hunts, and people still find them in change. I would say, remember, if you're going to buy something off eBay and Facebook Marketplace, ask, and I said this hundreds of times, ask for more photos, ask for more information about the coin if you're not sure the condition of the coin. Get some really good photos, a video with your name on it, so you know they're talking to you about that particular coin. So you know the quality of the coin. You know about the coin. There's only 210,000 made. So I mean, to me personally, I think this is probably one of the worst design coins in the world. I can't stand the design of the coin. To be honest, I think it's a lazy, crappy design. It doesn't state anything. Doesn't state where Kew Gardens is. But eBay is not a coin shop. eBay is people like me, you, selling stuff on eBay, and eBay may recommend a price. I think that's how it works. And they do recommend a price or something. And then they go from there. But there's people on there, which I've done videos. I do reaction videos on people's channels. I do reaction videos off eBay sales, and they are nuts. So do they take that into consideration? I believe with any collection on eBay, I think it should be more controlled, not an open book, because I've seen coins on there. The 2020 coin, I think was it the diversity coin or the Brexit coin? I can't remember. Going for £60,000. Exactly. I do agree. It is a wild west of and people and you would believe the emails I get from some people, and they said, "I've accidentally bought this. I've accidentally bought that. Sorry about the ads. I don't know why they're doing that." But yeah, it's not good for anybody. And I believe that they should have somebody on there who is skilled enough or an expert on there to use their education and their knowledge to train other people in a basic way and go, right, that coin is not worth it, we're taking that listing down. Because the Kew Gardens, to me, are decent. I'm not saying a grade, because I'm not a grader, I'm a collector, but I think a decent one is around about between £50 and £70 at least. Oh wow. But I mean you can still get these in if you search, if you spent time doing coin hunts or whatever, asking. I think you can actually go to the bank and sit in a room and go through them, and you can do so many bags at a time. Or ask a coin shop, ask a charity shop, "Oh, if you see this coin, can you keep it back for me? I'll come back, and if you find one, can you hold it for me?" And then they'll just charge you 50p for it. There's loads of ways of getting them, but unfortunately, people buy these, and what happens is they buy the coin set and they smash the cart, the set open, and sell them for twice as much. So yeah, it's but you know, I was very lucky at the time when I got these coins. But yeah, I was asked a question earlier when I do TikTok. I did a live stream about a month ago. It went all right, but it wasn't the same as this. Why do I collect, and what is the point? But yeah. But the thing is with eBay, and I've never been on Facebook Marketplace to be honest, but eBay, they tend to use the famous words scarce, ultra rare, rare, extremely scarce, low mintage, scarce, and they want to charge in any whatever they want on it. I think it should be policed. So anyway, I mean, I've got coins here that are nearly 1,000 years old. I ignore them, but I also post them out just to people keep aware, because people fall for these traps more often than not. With because people tend to go on eBay at night, I guess, when they come home from work, or they lie around in bed and they flick around. It's a case of having do it while you're awake and you're aware. And people, I mean, Zoe's done it. She's gone and subscribed to a ton of people that she don't know about when she's fallen asleep. Or she's saved pictures that she don't know about. I didn't take a picture of that. And she's even dropped her phone off on her head, but which is true. But yeah, it's with collecting. You have to be very careful when you're on eBay. I've never fallen for a trap, apart from once. I bought some coins. They were cheap coins, and Sanderson silver 50%, £96, but eBay adds £4.50 to that, and I have to add more for the postage. That's true. The trouble is, you had Change Checker, supposedly a trusted dealer, and yeah, I mean, I done a Change Checker video. I'm not saying their products are bad. Don't get me wrong, because I have bought from Change Checker. Well, it's Westminster Collection where you buy from. Change Checker is more their social media side. Westminster Collection is their sales side. So if you go on to Change Checker, if you're not aware, it is an international site, so you can actually buy international on there as well. You will go to Westminster, so don't be too but yeah, it's you just got to be careful with the outcome of all that. So yeah, it's a case of just doing some research. I tend to stick to coin stores. As I said, I was on eBay once, and I and I bought these coins. Skipper was there, and I opened them up, and they looked like they come out of a washing machine. They were grim. They were horrible. I didn't even touch them. I just bagged them up and sent them back. Luckily, I got my money back. I'm lucky I did a video of it as well as I was opening them up. That's another key thing, because there is some dodgy sellers out there. I'm not sure the rules and regulations nowadays, but you just got to be careful. Going on to other collections now. I'm not saying it's all bad on eBay. Don't get me wrong. You do get some great stuff on there. Alexander Smith, nice to see you, brother. Good to see you. So yeah, it's a case of never buy or search while you're tired, or never always do it while you're aware and you're awake, and never rush, because you may get a coin that's ending in, say, like 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure there's going to be other coins on there that's going to be in a few days' time, and people repost. People may not even get to even have that sale anyway. It might be a return sale. I don't know how it works, but the fundamental is just be careful. Rob Random, thanks, brother. How are you doing? Yeah, I'll change it. I'll still use the CoinWars UK element of everything, but the dark trees, I'm calling out really channels that are. Christopher Collects. He's a good guy. I used to live in Wootton Bassett, where Britannia Coin Company is, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't even go in there if they paid me. So I not saying that they do bad products. They're overpriced, in my opinion. Britannia Coin Company. Yes, Christopher Collects lives in Swindon, where I used to live. I lived in Wootton Bassett, where he works, and right next door to it is a fantastic antique shop, and you can go and get your Morgans, you can go and get your banknotes for a quarter of the price from there. So I wouldn't, and they don't even answer their messages on Britannia. I've actually answered people for them, and I told them where to go and what to look for. And he does coin hunts. He used to do flags, and he went on to coin hunts. I don't know about his collection. People's asked him about his 2011 collection on the 50p's. He won't show it. He does his thing. I do my thing. He's more of a £2 coin hunt person. I do collecting. Yeah, I mean, there is. I mean, not saying I just call out the really ridiculous stuff on eBay. Like I go searching for, and as I said, the highest one I've seen is £60,000 for a. I think it was a diversity or a Brexit coin. £60,000 for a 50p coin. And these have no feedback. They never. If you ask a genuine seller questions about buying, what coin, especially if it's say like a BU coin or a proof coin, ask about the COA, ask for more pictures, ask about can you give me some more details about the coin. Pretend that you don't know anything. That's the best option, is pretend that you don't know about coins and what the coin is. Genuine sellers that will always get back to you because they're trying to sell you something. But these people are trying to sell you X thousands of dollars and pounds, whatever it is, won't answer you for some reason. So why would you buy off them? It's like the antique store I was trying to talk to you about earlier. The guy, because I didn't have a store, and I mentioned the BNTA to him, he ran off. £152 for the 2019 50p coin. No, these antique shops, not pawn shops. They're completely different. And I said, but Change Checker selling these for about £30–40 with a set. And you can get them cheaper anyway. And you got them in a Change Checker sleeve, which was torn, by the way. It looked like, I mean, it was creased. He wouldn't let me see the coin because it was in a glass cabinet, and next to it was the salmon coin, and that was at the same price. And he goes, I've just sold that for £152. I don't know what year it was. It was also in a Change Checker, and he wouldn't let me take a picture either. Otherwise, I'd have shown you. And it was again torn. The Change Checker sleeve was bent up, so it wouldn't have been a very nice display anyway. It'd been better off out the coin, out the sleeve. Oh gosh! All right. But yeah, it's another case of just being careful, really, with anything. Even when I go onto coin stores, the coin stores that I trust myself with when I buy off them, I have a look round about 4 or 5 of them. I get a price that I can afford to pay, and if it's too high, I would not bother buying it. So yeah. It does take time to get. The problem is you get these listings. If you write on it Google, I don't know, whatever coin, British coin, $half, whatever. Google always comes up with these fantastic prices, like telephone number prices, anyway. And that's where people get their values from. And when I do these channels, they're all the same person because they're all wearing marigolds or either on a grass fake background or the same AI voice, and they're going, "Oh, these coins are in." It's like robots, and oh, these coins are British history, and these are really going. The auctions are going mad over them. And this coin, like a 10p coin the other day, oh, this coin goes for $38,000. I got quite a lot of these coins, and I want to know where they're getting these auctions from because I'll be certainly in there straight away, being rich. But yeah, it's. What else do I collect? I also, let's move this stuff a minute. I got to put all this back now. It takes me about 8. Oh, where have I put this stuff back? Let's move on from coins for a moment because we all know about coins anyway. Right. Banknotes. That's got to go back. Right. Okay, I also collect. I do have collections as well. I also collect comics. Who remembers Ren and Stimpy? I've never read these comics, by the way. I just buy them and then put them away. So I don't even know what's inside. This particular comic here I only got for £1.29, and they were trying to sell it at a Canadian price, the higher price, and I said you can't do that because you have to do the old comic book store. I did do a video of it actually, of the comic book store, and they used to do just British prices, and they started doing what every other comic book store did. This is just one of many books I've got, folders I've got, by the way. I'm not going to get everything out. So yeah, they was charging me $2.95, but as in British money. And I said, well, it says here £1.25 UK. And they said, yeah, but we go by that one. And I said, you can't do that. That's against trade and standards law. Oh man. Time Walker. I don't collect anything in. I just like them, and then I put them in a sleeve and then put them away. There's actually a mail order thing. I never noticed that before. Skip as a moderator. I can't. I don't have the facilities on StreamYard to actually change anybody. So Inhuman, who remembers the $6 Million Man? No, I don't collect gemstones. Where I used to live, we had the oldest gemstones in the world, Stonehenge. Don't need to collect gemstones when you live next door to blinking Stonehenge. Cool. They stopped that now, aren't they? Don't do. They've axed. So they'll go up in value. The old magazines for them. I think some of these are signed by the artists. I think it's this book anyway. And I wanted to go and get some comics. I saw these girls in Stratford with a load of comics, and I thought, oh, where did I get them from then? And they're like Terminator and something else. I can't remember the other one. I can't remember anyway. I think these are all the same now. Oh yeah, these. This is going to go on the floor, and I can feel it. These are signed, and then I bought this one purposely because it says signed here, and at the back, and that's an official signed logo on there. It's actually like a hologram. But I say I don't read them. I just buy them and just board them up. But I also collect comics. I don't spend a lot of money on comics. They're about £1. I have checked them out, and some of them are actually worth, I don't know, about £20–30 each. In some cases, not all of them, but this is not on my Hot Wheels, by the way. This is some of my Hot Wheels. I just thought I'd show you. Land Speeder from Star Wars, obviously. What I try and do is try and get the collection, which is that there. So this is the Rescue. It's not in order, by the way. I do have all the Batman cars. I don't have this one displayed because it doesn't fit on my Batman display area. The art cars, I like the art cars. Oh, cool. You still got a few. Sweet Rides. That's pretty cool. It's a little donut. More art cars. 1 of 10. Obviously, you can get different colours and that. We're trying to look for is the flame at the bottom here. You get like a little flame. I used to own UFO Dinky Interceptor. Oh yeah. Oh god, is that? Oh god, yeah. I used to have. Is my Buck Rogers still around? I got Buck Rogers stuff. Buck Rogers is my favourite. I used to have the Transporters of Space 1999. I used to have. I've still got my Buck Rogers fighters. Metro Rise Taxi. This one actually got me a lot of views for some reason. This one just reminds me of Only Fools and Horses. I do love collecting Only Fools and Horses, by the way. It's one of my, and I do have Game of Thrones collections as well. But yeah, these are just some of my cars. Anyway, I have quite a few pots of these. And they just go in a certain way. They will fit in. See, they fit in. They go in quite easily. And also banknotes. Actually, I think cookie like this. Actually, where are they? Let's move them out of the way a moment. And this is just a small part of my football card set as well. This is just one of many. I've got absolutely thousands of football cards. And I've got some really good rare ones. Actually, I should have got them out actually because they're better than these. Keep them in here. Skipper's back. I'll give you a link then, Skip. Wonder if Cookie's going to come up. Not sure if it's going to work. It wouldn't let me do it earlier. It just kept saying the invalid text. I had to stop the stream and do it again. So these are some of the rare cards that I want to get graded. Oh, see, it says that. Look. This is StreamYards for you, man. I tell you, there's so many arguments of them. You probably, if you collect cards, you've probably seen this. Oh, brilliant. Skipper, you ain't got your mom. Here you go.
Gibbity. What's up, Buck?
It's biggie. But yeah, the Zen card, and if you ever seen this one. When this first came out, this was a £150 card. This was.
Really doesn't look heavy.
No, it don't look like it, does it? obviously his players have moved on now. Obviously, Haaland still plays for Man City. He's having a downer at the moment. And Mbappe now plays for Real Madrid. Shield cards. There is a trick to actually, when you search cards, you want something really cool. Push the sides in. Sorry about the dog. Say, for example, you get, because I've even got unopened. I don't know what's inside there. I'm just leaving it as a surprise. No, they're actually from. They were actually from. As I said, I don't use eBay. From Topps. You actually go on Topps website. It gives you a value, or it used to anyway, of the rarity. So. So I've still got packets, and this is actually what you do when you get your packs. You push the sides in, and you go side to side. Yeah, and if it doesn't bend like this one, you got chrome cards, and chrome cards are these. They're actually made of metal, chrome itself. Neymar. Or if you feel a massive gap inside it, you could end up with either a shield card like this. I've got a few of these. Got obviously Vardy, Jude Bellingham when he played for Borussia Dortmund. So when you go to the, and then you got these style
Vardy card,
shield cards. These are chrome. These are made of chrome. I said Jude Bellingham. And then you got the X cards. I get the elite cards.
Oh, the missus just told me that you have to behave yourself on here.
I'm always behaving myself. It's you.
And she said hi to Zoe.
Zoe says hi back. Oh, hey, hello. So yeah, got a few of those. Just got to fill the edges and just go side to side and then fill upwards, because the cards are normally more or less at the back. These type cards, and managed to find a few over time. But what shops are doing now is that they're putting cards in these things, so it's really hard to get them out. And people drop them, and a lot of people do it, and they just drop them, don't they? They get them out the sleeve, put them on the floor, and then you get all these cards on the floor, all the packs, and they've already gone through them by either ripping some of the tops of the things and seeing inside the actual pack, yeah, it's kind of ruins the thing. I don't do that, obviously. It's just Son, I think, is brilliant. I think Son's actually a brilliant player. In the wrong team, but still think he's a great player. So that's some of my elite cards. I got more. This is just one of the tins, and then these are just normal cards. Exclusive rewards, because you can play online with these as well, and this gives you 1 million credits.
Stamos is in the basement. Kelly Nikta.
Yeah, I'm not having lots of people out. Because obviously we've got to go soon, because we've got Lauren's away in Birmingham.
Oh, and, is she?
Yeah, she's out with her friends, so we've got to go and collect her in a bit. I just to start off again. I can't remember where I put this top now. Oh, it's here. And another thing I enjoy collecting. I know I'm not opening these up because my channel get down straight away.
Really? Those got to be pretty old.
Pretty much. I think these are 70s. which you don't say actually. What plus inside? Don't know. Talking about
there was a time when you could go in every barbershop and find a Playboy.
well, we used to get them as well at work.
Yeah.
With my type of job, we used to get them until a girl came down from the she's only a young girl, she's only a temp, and she came down and saw our calendars and whatever, because we didn't really bother with them anyway. Mine was always stuck in the drawer. I didn't even bother putting them up. But or if somebody wanted it, I'd say I can take it. I'm not really too bothered. You just get them from the tool companies,
Right.
And it used to be part of the toolage. I don't know why they put them in there. It's just a bit of fun. But this girl came down to go and take some paperwork, and don't forget this is a welding place, right? And she came down with no safety goggles, high heels, right, a suit thing, and of course people are welding and everything. She complained that because she was down there, people was welding, which they're supposed to do. And she was, I don't like the look of those candidates. She stopped it, and they got them stopped in the end because she only worked there for about a month anyway, and the factory's been going for years. But yeah, going to UFO. This is along the lines of UFO, of course. Thunderbirds cards.
Now those are old.
Yep. Does anybody know where Thunderbirds is made? Thunderbirds. Whatever.
Whatever you see.
Slough. Yeah, I'm going to show you a picture of Zoe.
No, don't.
Okay, here's Zoe, the alien.
Oh, please hit him in the back of the head.
Okay.
So that's a passport photo.
You're just asking for it.
Should try, but it's not going to work because I just get a picture of her straight away.
Look like the Tracy.
Go on, I dare you. Go on, I dare you, and I'll put a picture
No,
of
I've changed
you. Whoops. Yeah, ships in Slough. Yeah, and we have
More
Nanu. And these are still sealed. This is from.
Oh my gosh, that's got to be the late 70s.
London, Ontario. Look at that. Canada.
Give us a place to stand and a place to grow, and I'll give you London, Ontario.
And also got the chewing gum inside. I won't try it though. 40-year-old chewing gum, 50-year-old chewing gum, whatever. Even Alf's got that. One of my favourite films. This is one of the films that I wanted to get because it was so underrated. I know this is from 1979 when Grease came out.
That was such a bad show, though.
I love that film. I love this film. I think it's brilliant.
That was done by Disney, wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was.
Yeah. Oh, the graphics were horrible. But then again, I'm a critic when it comes to sci-fi. Very fussy.
1979.
I knew it. I knew it.
What else have I got here? One of the best comedy films ever made. It's got to be Bill and Ted's.
I love those movies.
Brilliant. Absolutely timeless, these are.
I enjoyed their bogus journey. It was great.
Yeah. It's supposed to be bringing out a new one, I think. I'm pretty sure they're bringing out a new one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alexander's in the basement, by the way.
Oh. I don't know if anybody heard me, but
Yeah, that you're pull and pull. You're done like a duck.
Now, I love Robin Hood films. I do not like the new Robin Hood film. I think, not the newest one, but it's the one with Russell Crowe. I can't stand it. The storyline doesn't go with it. It's terrible, terrible. This is probably the best Robin Hood films of all time.
Robin Hood, I need Bannerman.
Kevin Costner's. That was the best one.
Yeah, Kevin Costner and what's his name?
I was going to say Oche, but I don't think that's right.
No.
I know who it is. I can see him.
Yeah, I can see. Oh God, he was in Broken Arrow. God, Christian Slater.
Oh, Christian Slater played his brother.
Yeah, and
he was Will Scarlet.
Will Scarlet. Yeah, my brother actually sat on when my brother went back to America. He had a photo. I don't know if he still got it, but he actually sat on. Because my brother went business class, and obviously he goes first. It doesn't really make a difference with business class or first class when you see it. But they actually sat next to each other,
really?
And yeah. He had a photo with him.
Trivia. What other movie was Christian Slater in a cameo appearance where he didn't even get paid?
Was it Broken Arrow?
No.
What's that one with it? What's that one with movies and people are not. It's not my forte, but it's one with it. It's like flooding, and it's got that other guy in there from Shawshank Redemption. What's his name? Morgan Freeman. That one.
Yeah, Morgan. Actually, I think it was Morgan Freeman was from Prince of Thieves. He was. Yeah,
he was a barbarian, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Christian Slater's movie that he begged to be in the movie, and he said he'd do it without pay, and he did.
Yeah.
Was Star Trek. He was actually in one of the Star Trek flicks. I can't remember which one now.
Stingray.
Another one with puppets.
Yeah, brilliant. No, the thing is, though,
bring that up again. Now look, he looks a lot like Alexander.
I reckon Captain Scarlet's more lifelike, though.
Don't knock this.
More lifelike?
Don't knock that.
I'm kidding, Alex. I'm kidding.
I'm talking to you. Don't knock that.
I'm not going to knock that.
Stingray had a great opening sequence where they were lowered into the sub.
Yeah.
If you're getting teased within the coin community, you're obviously liked, because it's not done in a bad way. It's not meant that way at all.
Exactly.
Now, who doesn't like Jessica from Roger Rabbit? Come on.
They never made another. They should have made another one.
I know. Should have.
No, I don't think. Do you know what, Skip? I think some sequels are best left on the shelf. To be fair, because you've seen a lot of remakes after so many years, it's been bad. I mean, look at some of the Star Trek movies. I like the new ones. People don't like the new. I like the new ones.
I like the new ones.
Knight Rider. Still got the gun inside there, man. God knows what that would be like today. I don't know if anybody knows this movie, but this is a brilliant movie.
What you did to my glasses.
Rocketeer.
Good movie.
Bit far-fetched by the stretch of imagination, but who remembers the 1950s Rocketeer, or Rocket Man as they call it?
I do.
Rocket Man.
Yeah, he always going about to die, but the next series, next film or episode, he survived. And it shows how he managed to get out of it.
Come here.
Hi ho,
Now-
silver and away.
Lawrence play. Lawrence
I watched
Zoe's playing.
every one of those as a kid.
What else have I got here? Oh yeah, something for Davina there as well. I'll show you. So I've got loads of these cards. I've got some on display as well. So
They actually done the. I think they used the theme tune, and it was as in for no for Lone Ranger, but it was slightly similar, and they used it for a program that was on I think, ITV3 or ITV at the time, and it was called Boon.
all right. You sure it's not Bergerac, the new one?
No, they didn't use it. Are they using it for Bergerac now?
Yeah, they're trying to justify it, but you can't beat the original. As I said, some things need to be left in a museum. You know what I mean? And here we go. This is Skipper's. This is more Skipper's age. You ready?
I'm watching. I'm gonna tell you. Marsh Village
Gunsmoke.
and his little partner Festus.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm trying to get hold of, which I can't find it, is Bonanza.
Fastest gun in the West. I think it was dying. That's what was fastest gun in the West.
Maverick was a good show. Paladin was a good show. The
Yeah.
Rifleman. I loved the Rifleman. Oh, Chips.
Yeah, I remember the Rifleman.
Calgary. California Highway Patrol.
Stop it, I'm trying to do something here.
A thing?
And when I went to see my brother used to live in Texas. Sorry about the squeaking. Right, that's it. You better duck now.
What's happening?
That's what I'm throwing. I actually been to Southport Ranch. Babe, I almost knocked the camera down. Right. If it falls, it's going to aim on you, remember? Right, here goes. Is Zoe ready? she's ducking for cover. I don't know. She's ducking. She's hiding behind a carpet. It's on the floor.
That's great.
But yeah, I've been to Southport Ranch. Really, really cool place to go. Actually, if you've never been. It landed in the box. I forgot my train of thought now.
What was JR's ex-wife's name?
Sue Ellen.
Oh, I thought it was Jeannie.
I don't know. It's been so long ago.
He played in,
I know. Do you know who shot JR? Can you remember who shot JR?
I cannot remember.
It was their daughter, wasn't it?
No.
I think it was Sue Ellen's daughter.
I don't know.
I know it was a young girl anyway, because they were working with Sue Ellen, didn't they?
I'm Batman.
Who shot JR?
I like Michael Keaton as Batman.
Oh yeah.
Michael Keaton, brilliant.
Best Batman.
It goes Adam West, Michael Keaton. The rest you can forget. George Clooney did not fit his profile. Who's that one? What's his name? That young lad.
Waldron or something, or no, Val Kilmer.
Christian Bale. Christian Bale was quite good. I like Christian Bale.
He was rubbish.
Christian Bale did a good job. Val Kilmer, I think he's probably it goes Adam West, Michael Keaton, yeah, I would say Christian Bale, and then George Clooney, and yeah, I can't. Who's that one? Who's that when he did? Ben Affleck was terrible. I think they were both pretty poor.
Yeah, and he was in quite a few of them.
Yeah, but I think because he was he wasn't the best, but he was the cheapest. But anyway, going back to the original question, right, is that I was asked on TikTok live a while ago. I thought I'd do a live on TikTok. It was actually quite interesting. Weird, not the same. Had lots of people in. Curious and that, but one question was asked, and this person sort of seems to go around to a lot of people and saying, "Why do you collect, and what is the point of it?" Now I just want a couple of answers. I don't want a long distance answer, but Skipper, why do you collect? What is it that you collect? What could
for the sheer enjoyment of the hobby?
okay.
I found there's a theme that I'd always collected militaria, and that's why a good portion of my collection, as you see in the background here, is military related, and the Exonumia has to have a military theme to anchor to the coins, which also have a military theme. So,
Okay.
The other ones just come along. I started to enjoy collecting the Canadian, then I got into the US, and of course with you with the British, and then I collect World, and it just went on from there. And as you can see, I'm into the stickers, the ball caps, the challenge coins, the pins, the hats. I can pick and choose any hat I want.
Okay, but you're saying what you collect. The question was, why do you collect?
Because
and what's the point?
It gives me satisfaction in collecting items that have a personal relationship to me.
Yeah, and this is what I'm trying to. This person, whoever, well, I don't know if it was a male or female, just had a little picture of a letter, and this person goes around a lot of the collecting channels on different areas, and just being, he's not being a troll, a nuisance. He just wants to know why, and what's the point. See, my point of view, it's about the chase and preserving something.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's also fun to do. It's a harmless hobby. People do take it to art, as we've seen recently.
Yeah.
What are you doing to yourself? You're going to hate yourself in a minute. She only dropped a brick on herself yesterday.
What?
Yeah, she was out in the garden and decided to drop a brick on herself.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think Stonehenge fell down. She went against it.
Your own little stoner.
Because that looked nice and leant against it. The Druids wasn't happy. But it's about preservation of a collection that people make. See, this is what a part of my channel is showing you the information and sharing you what I have in my collection and what you may not see before. And Alex has got stuff that I've never seen before. Skipper's got stuff that he's never seen before, and we all learn off each other. Mm-hmm. And that's the most important thing, is preserving something, and hopefully it continues on. If not, then who knows?
Well, yeah. How are these coins going to get through history if people don't protect them? You know, and it goes into a collection, and you know that they're at least not, out in the wild and being destroyed.
Yeah.
A lot of Roman coins were supposedly sank on the Viking ships, and they were supposed to be lost at sea as they were firing the cannons at each other. No, I don't think it was to kill each other. I think it was to try and, as in, stop the Armada or whatever it was at the time. But a lot of the treasure was in treasure chests, and it sank to the bottom of the ocean. So some of it is in the actual sea, and it was spread. As you know, what like water is, it spreads it if it can carry it to other parts of the country or other parts of the world. And some of them have been found in different places, which nobody knows how they managed to get to go.
Well, it's down to, don't forget, Alex, right, there's a thing like tectonic plates shift. And then you've got currents. The sea is more powerful than people think it is.
Exactly.
And when you've got something made of wood and it gets, and don't forget the ocean's deep, right? Depends where it's found.
Yes,
but
it is.
the bulk of the ship will go down, yeah, like a wobble, yeah, because it's not a stable structure anymore. It just go down. It'd be like, and once it's still hit, don't forget gravity still plays a part. And once it bashes into the soil, it's going to break up on its own weight and force, yeah, through inertia. And everything inside is going to go splitting up like an explosion, and the currents eventually will drift that apart. And you're right, things have been found thousands of miles apart over time. You give it a couple of 100 years, and don't forget tectonic plates shift all the time. So what was placed in one position, because this is what they said about like with say like the most famous one is Titanic. Captain Smith put in a plot where it went down at his position is on the surface. Okay, that's his positioning plot. But when it went down like a torpedo, right? So it's swirling around. Yeah, go around. I'll put my face on so you can see what I'm talking about. I don't know how to do this on here because this is all changed for me. Right, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'll work this stupid thing, will ya? All right, okay. It's going to switch off again. Right, anyway, yeah. Now, the Titanic's like this, yeah? It's a bow, it cuts through water. Oh, it's going to switch off again. I know it would. StreamYards for you. Anyway, so as it's gone down, it's gone like a torpedo. But with the currents and its weight, it's going like this. And don't forget, people didn't realise how deep it was back then. It was only found in 1985. So it was 2.5 miles down. That's a long way. That's a drop in the ocean. Even how big the Titanic is, it's still a little tiny piece of fragment of metal. Yeah. Going down 2 miles. So when they found it, they were like 6-7 miles off its original position. And they said, Captain Smith had it wrong. No, he had it right on top of the surface and not the bottom. You don't float ships on the bottom of the seabed. Right? And then there's like a mile, I think there's like a mile between the bow section and the stern. Ran so far away. Great to see you, my friend. How's it going? I still need your address, by the way. And but yeah, but it wasn't the case he got it wrong on the top of the surface 2 miles up. It was found in the wrong position 2 miles down. And they're saying that it's Captain Smith. Plotted it wrong. No, his position was correct on the top.
Yeah.
But down the bottom below, if you drop a 10-ton ball down to the Mariana Trench, it's going to end up in a different position as you dropped it.
Of course.
Because it's current, okay, there's obviously gravity plays a part. Then you got your terminal velocity. It's gonna you try dropping even in small amounts of what dropping something in a bath, it's going to end up in a different position.
So if you think about it hits the water and it goes like that, like a massive explosion. But as it's going down, it's going like that.
It's going like this. It's going. It's out of control. It's not like a submarine. Even submarines, when they call out a distress signal at that particular moment, so they know where it is. But the time it hits the surface, it's going to be miles out the way. Even planes, when planes sink, it's a completely different era where it landed from its position. That's why, like Flight 7, 10, I think it was, Malaysia flight. It's going to be in a completely different spot that's why they can't find it. Because you're talking a very, very small, even though to us it's a massive structure, to the ocean, it's very, very, very tiny drop of metal in a massive puddle. And yes, I have found wreckage, but look, my screens, it's just StreamYards, man. It's crap. What you banned about StreamYards?
The only reason I got into a lot of history was because we had a brilliant history teacher, and the way he taught it while we were at high school, I loved every minute of it. So that's what made me want to do it even more. But when I found the coin community, I started finding out more history about the coins or whatever. And when I seen some of the designs, I went, are they British designs that's on the back of the reverse coins? Now, I've got nothing against the Americans, as in whether it's their designs or whether it's their designs, but I like seeing them because I was like, that's part of the history of the world itself.
Alexander, I had something to tell you. I got some really serious news the other day.
Oh no!
Well, I always traced my history to Ireland.
Right. Oh, good. I'm glad you did that.
And I discovered I'm a Dublin Scot.
What it is?
Apparently, a bunch of Scots were sent over to Ireland,
right?
And they ended up in Northern Ireland. Of course, they interbred with the locals. But actually, I trace the majority of my history now to Scotland.
Yeah, they're called the Caledonians. When Roman invaded Britain, yeah, over time, obviously everything was to do with trade and stuff like that. But obviously, they had a much darker intention. When they got up to, because it's not just Hadrian's War, there's another war further north. I can't remember what it's called. It's the first war. There's actually two wars. Hadrian's is the most well known, but there's another war further up. And when the Romans pushed the Britons into Wales, yeah, the Welsh are actually the true English. And when they pushed the Scots over, they pushed them over to Northern Ireland. They're called the Caledonians. So that's where you get that heritage from. I guarantee it.
Part of it. There was
small part.
There was another king who wanted more British in Ireland than that in order to substantiate their claim to Northern Ireland, and that's why they ended up with so many Scots. This was like in the 17th century. I forget which king.
Right, okay.
King Charles.
No, King Charles I was the Battle of Edge Hill. That was 13. That was 1642. That was. They do, because they used to do, Alex. They used to do it by clans, didn't they? That's where you get your tartan colours from, right?
Yeah. There's the McGregor. There's the McGregors. You get the McLeod as well. There's all different ones, and they're all different. Every one of them's got different their own tartan of their own. Some are like a red with the red, and it will have the green and every one of them's different.
The Picts are the people that came in. The original British, let's say the English, British, whatever, before England was invaded by Wessex, because it was the King of Essex who introduced England, because he took out Mercia and everything else. He was But the first King of England.
Sorry, King James I was the one that sent over the Ulster Scots to settle.
Yeah, because that would be obviously his mother was Mary Queen of Scots.
Yeah.
Which is the cousin to Elizabeth I.
And then you've also got James Colquhoun. James Colquhoun. I've got stuff coming, as in content coming shortly, as in for the time as in my YouTube channel, showing as in some of the history or parts I've took as in on Wednesday.
Calhoun. That sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Picts. It's so I had to try and correct myself. Yeah, the Caledonian is a Latin name by the Romans Empire used as part of Scotland. It lies north of the River Forth, which is the most of the land area of Scotland. Today used as a romantic poet named for Scotland, Caledonians. Because if you notice, Gaelic is Scottish and Irish and Welsh.
Yes.
Especially Northern Welsh, anyway, Northern Wales. But the Picts, we would call, I believe, I'm not sure I might be the wrong. I was talking about this the other day about the Picts and the Beakers, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I believe the Beakers were, say, Old Britain, and they were like hunter-gatherers, whatever. And the Picts were like farmers, and they came from Europe. They travelled over years ago. Unless it's the other way around, I can't remember. I'll just check anyway. Right, the Picts and Beakers.
I know you're always trying to get your facts right because people start picking up on the stuff that you were saying or whatever, and then they say, "Oh no, that's not right."
There we go.
Right. So you're trying to.
Yeah, sorry, I got it the wrong way around. In medieval period, the Picts were considered immigrants from the trace of North Aegean Sea, Scythia or Eastern Europe, and the Isles of North Britain. So they would, because there was a place called Doggerland or Doggerland or something like that. It was a place in Scotland. It's true. It was an island called Doggerland, and it would freeze, and that's where they came from.
Really?
Like that. Yeah, I've searched for it. Doggerland.
No, I was just thinking. Dale, I was just thinking
Alexa for Doggerland.
the Peter Kay thing that I shared to.
And the Manx as well. Yeah, I've heard of the Manx. Yes.
Manx, isn't that a dog?
The Manx cat.
Oh, Manx cat. That's it.
Manx. It's a Manchurian, or what
now
they call Manchurian.
Yeah. Doggerland. Because going back in prehistoric, you used to have Pangeas, you know what I mean? So it's one continent. So, and as he's right, it was no real native people because everybody travelled all over the place. It was just, we're just going to sit here and because it's near fresh water, we're going to make a settlement here. That's basically, and people just didn't want to travel anymore because. Yeah, Doggerland. Actually, I wonder if I search it. Hang on a second. Doggerland.
Doggerland. I live in Doggerland. I live in Catland. I live in Guinea Pig Land.
Numismatic, please don't spoil the one about James Colquhoun. I've got it on videoed. I've just to send it over. I had problems the other day on Facebook. When I done about the Inverary, I done one in the Inverary Castle. I had to put it on the secondary channel.
Doggerland.
See, look at that.
And it used to freeze over, and people used to cross this continent here. And that's Great Britain, and that's Europe.
Oh, that's all underwater now.
Yeah. It's basically like the North Sea going up. That's probably we probably get a lot. That's why the North Sea is probably so rough, because it's so shallow.
So that's what it looks like before the ice age melted.
Yeah, well, in Glasgow, Alex will tell you this. In Glasgow, there's these things called burrows. They're like little mounds all over the place, and that's created by the ice being ripped across the land and being pushed up like Inverness. Like there's obviously other locks over there, but they're all done by glaciers being pushed out to sea. And the good thing about Scotland, what I like about Scotland, if you actually go into rural Scotland, you got all the rocks everywhere, because they were actually being pushed by the ice. They were it looks like a massive volcanoes, but they're not volcanoes. They're massive chunks of rock all over the place, and they were being pushed by the ice, and they were being rolled as the ice were being flowed out and forward. It's really interesting in Scotland. As I said, if I had ever have a chance to ever move to a new part of the world, it would be Scotland, because it's such a wonderful, interesting, amazing place to go. Go rural Scotland, not industrial Scotland.
Just one. Look the view of that.
Yeah, global warming killed Doggerland. That's actually quite funny. And the continents killed Pangaeas.
that's actually ground deer, and then that's like a massive, looks like a massive mountain, but it's like a hill, but it is high up. It's actually really high up.
Oh yeah, they're massive. It's beautiful, especially in winter. As you go up through the, I think it's the M62, and you get the Carlisle, and then you go to Scotland, and you go through. It is like you go for a time warp. Everything's flat. Then you got mounds everywhere covered. It's like nice and warm down the bottom, but you got ice caps at the top.
Oh my Lord! You're describing old age. You're nice and flat at the beginning, and then you end up with all these mounds and.
Scotland! Scotland's amazing.
What happened was that the coffee and chat, which I do on a Wednesday, they decided to go on a mystery tour with Loch Lomond Travel, and this is what we ended up. And when I went to the places that we stopped at, I took as many videos as I possibly could for users content for the channel, because I thought a lot of people's asked me about all this, as in about scenery or whatever, as in parts of Scotland, as in how good actually is it.
Yeah, it's Scotland's. I mean, yeah, I love to go to Central Europe. Don't get me wrong, especially the culture itself, because I love culture. I love old stuff, and because you live in, is it the Czech Republic you live at, Ran? If you don't mind me saying, or is it Prague? I can't remember which part you live in, but. It's been a while since I've seen Rand so far away, because he's not been well, actually. I'm glad he's back on the mend again.
That's good. On the mend.
So yeah, Europe is fascinating, with the culture, castles, and everything else like that. Exactly, the people, the there's loads of stuff is nameless in Europe. No matter which country you go to, every country in Europe. Where you been? Slovakia, wasn't it? Or Slovenia?
Yeah,
Slovenia. And I mean, it's so old, but they still preserve everything. You know, it still looks just as new today than it was when it was first built. It's not like England, where you had people smash down castles, and then 300 or 400 years later, we must keep all those rocks because it looks good. It's called a ruin for a reason. Other people ruined it to seize it. It's true though, right? Stupid StreamYards, man. It's cut me off.
What can I say? It's such a wonderful program.
This is why I'm only on the free. I said to him, he goes, "Oh, it's your internet service provider." I goes, My internet service, and I send them. I actually sent them. I said, look, stop blaming the ISP. I said it's your bandwidth. It's 16, which is 16 bits per second. I can go onto your source code, and it shows you how much you're letting your service leak out a little bit, and then people are paying for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I go, so don't tell me it's everybody's internet service provider. Don't get no problems any other thing apart from StreamYards. I go, if you go on the source code, on the actual source, it tells you in code how much they're letting their service dribble out of their. If they opened up the taps, everything would run perfectly.
But certain times of the day, they actually slow it down. They actually slow it down. The internet, they actually slow it down.
For the price you pay for it too, it's not worth it.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Rand should come up, I think. See how Rand, do you want to come up? Are you feeling okay to come up? Davina's off to another stream in a moment. I know she likes watching. Yeah, a lot. I mean, even Russia's got amazing places to go and visit. Every European country has got amazing places to visit. Even like Asia countries. And what I don't get, you've got like Iraq and places like that with amazing buildings and historical buildings from going back thousands of years, and they want to destroy it. I don't get it. They got the most historical places on the planet.
Frick yeah. Iran and Syria. Some of the
beautiful countries.
Things, they're all destroyed now.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful countries, and they just want to it's destroyed because nobody else can see it.
I went to Aleppo in '82. Everything was intact. Like you had all the big columns and everything from the Romans. All of it was there. That's all gone now. It's all gone.
Davina's gone. I'm not sure if Cookie's still here. She might have gone to work.
Really sad.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I just want you to get well soon, man. That's all. But when you're up to it, send me your address and I'll send you something, which I've been meaning to do for a while. I want to show. I can't find. I got them here. I know I got them here because I picked them up. Oh, there they are. I'll show Cookie these because this will bring her back home, I think. Venezuela. There we go again. Oh, sod StreamYard. This is. Do you know I'm going to start calling this now? StreamYard. You know, it's screaming at it.
I like that one, Dale. The StreamYard. Scream!
My internet connection, right, is perfect. Yeah, I got full bar, everything. Internet is fine. It's only me using it, and Zoe's using her phone. That's it. I haven't even got the TV on or anything like that.
I was on Huey's panel earlier on, and I was getting problems with, as in it was like as in
Yeah, but people pay loads of money for
it. As in, and then what I've done is I've shut down the Chromebook or whatever, as and then messed about with it to get it back properly because I forgot my sign-in name. As in to read it on whatever.
It's just mad, isn't it, mate? I got another book here, and I know unless I left it over there, and I didn't leave it over there.
I did tell you about what we're doing with the metal detecting, eh?
Yeah, I like that because. They are Philippines. A friend of mine, Cookie's in here somewhere. I think she's hiding somewhere, and she's from the Philippines. She's moved away a while ago, and I just wanted to show some, some of her old currency.
That looks like a colorized coin on the right hand side.
This is not a coin. This is just crap. Hang on. This is just what Zoe got me. What actually it was Lee, her son, bought me these. This is just commemorative coin. These are not coins. These are commemorative planchets. But they're still pretty cool because these are colorized Great Farland in 1666.
Cool.
That's nice still. The colours there that is unbelievable. As soon as I spotted it, I was like, that's unique. I was like, that's different.
And then you got, it ends in Pudding Lane. Oh no, Tubbs got me this one. Sorry, Tubbs sent me this one.
No.
Lee got me a similar one, didn't he? Got me Tubbs sent me that. I have got everything I've got, Alex. I put the names on, so I know exactly where they come from.
Aye.
Even Skipper up there, look, his Skipper's there, look. So I know when I get it all sorted out.
No, because one day he goes like that, and he was saying he never asked for it. He says to me, I heard him on a panel, right, or on a live stream, and he says, "I'd love to eventually own one of Durbin's bells, as in one of Durbin's bells." And I could not help myself.
Yeah, I still got it.
Quite a few bits of them.
I still got it in the velvet packet. I got it out the other day, and Robbie goes, "Where'd you get that from?"
I'm the same. I've still got mine in black velvets.
Guys, I just got a message from my grandson. I gotta go. He's showing this is my oldest boy.
See you later then. It's a shame.
Okay, Skipper. Take care, brother.
You bet.
No, I don't want one of them.
Anybody know what this is?
Well, it's a penny black stamp, isn't it?
It's a penny black stamp, yeah. But does anybody know where the penny black was made? And don't say Great Britain, that's the obvious answer, but where do you think they minted which town minted the penny black? Do you know, babe?
Can't think.
Do you know where it's from?
Yeah.
So he does. Shall I tell you?
Right, go on, Dale, because you know about that one.
Kidderminster.
You should do because you were a stamp collector or a stamp collector.
Well, no, Zoe's from Kidderminster. Well, she's not originally from Kidderminster, but Lauren and both your kids are from Kidderminster, aren't they?
Yeah.
Born in and it's quite fascinating because I first went to Kidderminster and there was the Penny Black pub, and round the corner is the Penny Black Museum, isn't there?
Because that's something about the miners' wheel or something, isn't it? That's not the reverse yet.
No, that's a press. That's a printing press.
Right, I was starting to think because there's one that looks very similar but it's up bank.
Yeah, it's hard to see on this stream as you can't zoom in.
Up further because it looks like a massive tower, and then it
I know, right? Oh God, man, this is. And Lee got me this, because obviously I'm massively into aircraft. I always have been since I was a kid. In fact, Zoe saw a small part of my collection, didn't you? Maybe some. How many planes do I have? Nearly 1,000 planes. Oh yeah, this would make you laugh, right? Okay, which country makes the F-35 Lightning II?
Japan?
No, not Japan. United States of America.
Right.
Right. Okay. which country invented or made the English electric lightning?
America.
England, English electric lightning. Right. That was a trick question, right? Now, you got the Lightning 2, and you got the English electric lightning and Lockheed. Yeah, one's American, one's England, right? Okay, which company made? Remember, this is just before Falklands War, right? A bit of a clue there.
Right.
Who made the Harrier?
Who made the Harrier?
The Devalian Harrier. I think it's England. Right? England developed the Harrier. Yeah, the Harrier jump jet. Right. Okay. Which is this one here?
I was thinking about it. I was going to say England, but
okay. Now,
sure.
I know Ran and a few others were forces, and thank you for your service, guys. I really do appreciate everybody who's in the services, by the way. I got a lot of respect for you guys. I really, really do, honestly. But this guy, or these guys, now I've done aircraft recognition since I was a kid. I can recognize an aircraft and its engine miles away. I can tell you, like, from a Galaxy C-17 to a 747 aircraft, anywhere. I can say it's a Pratt & Whitney engine to a Rolls-Royce engine to a Merlin engine, whatever, right? It's something you have to learn when you do aircraft recognition. And this person on TikTok goes, "Oh, who built these areas inside the cockpits?" There's another way you have to recognize the cockpit, right?
Right.
So the flash come up, and I was going, right, okay, that's an F-16, F-15 Eagle. I wasn't too sure about the Saab because it's an old aircraft. I said Saab, but I meant Sabre, and it was a Sabre. So technically, I got that wrong. And they said America built the Harrier, and I said, "Hang on a minute, no, it isn't." I goes, United Kingdom built the Harrier, and this person said, to me, right? Even though I got my comment removed from TikTok, but I got it approved and got it back.
Right.
Every comment I put on gets violations, and I always I take a picture of it, and I'll show you, baby. Right? And this person says, no, the Harrier is American aircraft. And he goes, he was in the US Air Force. I said, I don't know what type of US Air Force is, but the Sea Harrier that you use is still a British-made aircraft. They make variations of the vehicle, right, or the aircraft, okay, to suit different countries' needs. Okay, so when they sell different aircraft to different countries, there's certain criteria that they have and not allowed to use and allowed to use. Okay, America is not going to send a fully spec'd F-16 to a different country because they can replicate that engineering and then use it against their own.
I know you're talking truth, because the guy who my dad worked for, his dad who died, old Jimmy, worked in Rolls-Royce High School Bride.
Right.
Where I think he done most of the testing or whatever for the Rolls-Royce engines, and it was all for the aeroplane stuff. It wasn't for the Rolls-Royce cars. It was for the...
Well, the moral of the story is, right, is that this person was supposed to be a pilot or whatever it was in the United States Air Force, okay? And I said, well, if you're talking about United States Air Force, you're completely in the wrong branch, because the United States Marines use the Harrier, not the United States Navy. And if you're in the United States Air Force, that is not the Marines. Okay, it's like going into the British Army and saying you're a Marine, or you're a a para. Yeah, it's part of the British Army per se, but it's a completely different branch. Okay. Now, sea aircraft are made differently to normal aircraft because obviously you have to have different technology because of sea air, and you have to have a catapult attached. You have to have a hook maybe, but the Harrier doesn't need that. It does have it, but it doesn't need that. But anyway, this guy was trying, because yeah, but they made an adaptation from the F-35, and I said, look, de Havilland is a different company to Lockheed, and if you're talking about the English Electric Lightning, was made by BAC, which is another different aircraft. Lockheed is an American aircraft that we bought aircraft off you, so you cannot compare the one Type 2 generation aircraft to a Type 5 generation aircraft from two different companies and two different lands. And there was another argument, there was another picture come up of the Comet. Who remembers the Comet? Remember the Comet used to crash a lot because they had square windows? Yeah, this guy said to me that he used to be a pilot of a Nimrod. Yeah. And I said, I used to fly the Comet then. And he goes, it's not a Comet, it's a Nimrod. And I goes, look, mate, if you're in the RAF back in the 60s, 70s, like you said you were, the Comet is a passenger aircraft. But when the Air Force took them over, actually some of the Navy took them over as well, they adapted them into early warning aircraft and called it the Nimrod. I've been inside the Nimrod, okay, but it's still a Comet. Take away all its little nose and its little flashy bits. It's a Comet. It's a Comet aircraft. And this guy goes, you don't know what you're talking about, mate. I was in the RAF. I goes, my brother worked for NASA. It doesn't make me an astronaut. Okay. But it's a Comet. It's a BOC Comet. And he went and Googled it and goes, oh yeah, sorry, you're right. It's a Comet. I go, it's a Comet in disguise. I go, so you wasn't really in the Air Force. You didn't actually fly these aeroplanes, did you? Right? I goes, be honest. I goes, anybody who's got, I goes, when you're a kid and you want to be a pilot or you want to be a part of the Air Force or any kind of military, okay, you're going to be interested in tanks. You're going to be, if you want to go in the Navy, you'll be interested in ships. If you want to be in the Air Force, you'll be interested in, you identified as an astronaut, but you turned out to be a cosmonaut. And but yeah, it was like some of these people who come up these countries. I mean, I used to like watching F1, but I really don't know what the cars are actually called. You know what I mean? I used to like watching it, but I wasn't interested in vehicles or cars and stuff like that. But I wasn't. I didn't know the name, all these strategic names for these racing cars, and that's for the enthusiasts to worry about. You know.
Do you know something? I've saw umpteen Austin Metros, right? But I never ever seen a rally spec one where and I never knew this. The engine is in the actual back of it instead of what in the front underneath the bonnet.
Well, the reason I have the back is because it's balance. Because it's a mid-range, it's a mid-range car. So I mean, my friend was into rallying, and I did actually buy a rally car once. Probably I bought a BMW rally car from years gone. It was a BMW M3, and had all the. He had this guy was he had a boat, he had a Ducati bike, and he had his BMW all wrapped up. It was like his baby, but he just had a kid, and they couldn't fit it.
The guy next door to us when we were down at Hunter Road had a Lotus Carrollton, and I've always liked, when you say about BMWs, I've always liked the BMW 318. I always thought they were a nice car. Them.
Yeah, they're the 3 Series. I've had a few BMWs. I've also had Audis, but this particular rally car, which I bought, he changed some of the specs so it's roadworthy. Okay, it still had all the trimmings on it. And for a year, he goes, anything goes wrong, I'll sort it out for you, right? Because he still had sponsorships on it. He just had a baby. He's getting a new car anyway. He just had nowhere to put it. And I goes to him, £1,000 then, right? The car was worth more than that. And he goes, oh, well, how? Okay, then you're the only one who's going to buy this thing anyway. So, and I was driving on a road and it had pump gears. He had to go up and down the road with me to get used to the gearing because it's like pump. Right. And it was really, really strange because you had to go in one and then back one or two to go back into third. And it's straight. It's really weird. I can't remember how it works now, but it's been years since I've had it. And driving down the road, yeah. And I thought, because I'm not used to the car yet, it's quite
like not a standard. It doesn't sound like a standard gearbox in there.
No, it's not. It's a rally car. As I'm saying, it's a rally car. So the wheels are shaped. Let me just, if I can get myself back up there again. The wheels were angled, so they're like this. Yeah.
Right.
So what it is, it's for traction. Yeah. Okay. There's obviously a crossbar, so the actual frame don't twist. Everything's. But anyway, driving down the motorway from it, yeah, I paid for it, got insured. He went up and down the road with me a few times. About an hour I was with him just to get used to the gearing and whatever. He goes, don't forget, this is a rally car. It's going to go really quick, okay? It's not designed for top end because it's not like a racing car. This is for acceleration, okay? Because they want to get out the corners as quick as they can, okay? So you go in the corners slowly and you go out the corners quickly. This thing was like railroad track car, yeah. Anyway, I was driving on the road and I was in buckets. I was in a Recaro bucket seats, yeah. I still had to put on a harness, okay. Even though I took my mum to work in it, she had to put a harness on. So like the 60-year-old woman so funny, but the car was like mega quick. But going down the motorway, it quite happily do about 110, 120 miles an hour. Because it's not designed to go 150 miles an hour. It's an acceleration car, so it's only a performance car. It's not like as I said, a racing car is all about top end speed, and like stock cars, it's not like a drag car. A drag car is all about acceleration and get to the end of the line the quickest in the shortest amount of time. Racing cars are about endurance and getting to the finish line as quick as they can. Even though you could be the most accelerating car you have on a thing, it doesn't mean it's going to be the best car. But that's about rally cars. It's all about acceleration at the corners and how you handle it. But anyway, I was driving this bloody car down the road, and this guy was going to go shoot past me, yeah, thinking I was going to race him. And I think he was like in a Porsche. I think it was a 944, something like that anyway. And he was driving down, and he stopped dead because he saw all this sponsors around. I was just driving about 70 miles an hour, just cruising down the motorway. And he looked over at me. I looked over at him. I was like, here we go, like that. And then he just sat behind me, yeah, thinking, I'm not going to be a dick, right? Because this guy would probably leave me standing. I had this Porsche follow me all the way down, and obviously I turned off, and he just went off whenever he went to. But every car, I took that out, everybody slowed down. Because I was driving on at 30 miles an hour, because I was still getting used to these stupid gears. In the end, I had it about 18 months or whatever it was. And I sold it in the end. I got myself a new car with it, but put it down for a...
I knew you were going to say that. I had a funny feeling you were going to say that. As in you sold it and and end up with nearly a brand new motor at it. Because he did funny. These kind of cars go for funny money. And over time, they actually appreciate in value over time.
Well, I wish I kept, because I used to have 5 cars, right? I used to have an Escort RS Turbo, which is worth a lot of money. It's British Racing Green, Mark 1. Yeah. I got that for 500 quid. That was perfect. Black round LED lights. It was lovely. I hardly took that out. Because I was going through my crazy stage of buying cars, and we had a massive garden, so I had like this car a lot on the back. I had a couple of Mark IV Escorts. I had an XR3i as part of one of them. I was going to buy a Capri, but I didn't bother because I think they're just overrated. And what else do I have?
I've seen a beautiful one. I polished a beautiful one. Red, a D plate. This thing was mint. A D plate Capri Laser in that metallic blue.
Actually, I wonder if there's actually a picture because I had a soft top Vauxhall GTI with all the electronic dash, and it was one of the first cars with all electronic dashes in it. It was beautiful.
Vauxhall Nova did one of them. Vauxhall Nova did one of them on a GTI version with a digital.
I passed my test in one of them.
The digital
Vauxhall Nova. Back in 1990, I passed my driving test, and that was in a Vauxhall Nova. Everyone else is going out in little bubble cars and whatever they were, Fiat 128s or whatever. But yeah, it was my XR3i. See, my mate, he used to do cars up, right? He was in. Do you remember that car magazine? Yeah, he had a few of those on the front cover.
It's called Fast Four.
Fast car or something. I can't remember now, right? But you're probably more right than I can't remember. But he bought a yellow, right, 320 BMW, right? Yeah.
The only reason I know that, I remember that magazine is because Robert, which was the half son of the guy who I worked for, but I told you about, Morris Ahern, his boy kept looking through magazines, and then that's when he bought his first. I don't know if it was where we done it as a replica or where it was a real one, a Ford XR3i, and we did it in black. That was the colour. It was black. Was his first.
All right. Because they normally come out. The main colours of them were red and white, I believe. But yeah. Anyway, my mate Ryan, yeah. Who sadly passed away a few weeks later. We used to do arm wrestling together, and I completely. And one of the prizes where you had to do something. But my favourite cartoon of all is Battle of the Planets, and I still got the cup today. And when he went to work, he actually got a cup made for me with Battle of the Planets on it, isn't he? Right, it's a beautiful cup, and I still got it today. And he died in 96, 97, something like that. Was it 96, 97? It was 2000. I was diagnosed in 99. I think it was 2000 he passed away. But he had more money than sense. This guy was well off. But one of his things for his father died years before. And one of the things he had to do to get his inheritance, he had to work. So he had to work to get a bit of inheritance on top of his, because he knew what his dad was, probably knew how his premonitions.
So what you're telling me, there is clauses, because I've had women that has messaged me through the dating site, and some of them had a couple of them had a clause on their inheritance to marry a guy before they got their inheritance from their late father. Or
I don't know, but I'm just going by what Ryan said. Anyway. But Ryan bought this BMW, right? It's a big banana, right? You can only put £5 of petrol in at the time because it had a leak. Yeah. But he spent about 20 grand on the car, right? Because he's got more money than a sense, right? Okay. He had it all done out. He chromed the engine, beautiful looking. He had an etching on the screen. He had like, I don't know, some kind of dragon going down the side, like Go Fast Stripes, whatever you want to call them. Anyway, he decided to go out and take it to a car show, right? And I mean, this car was a mess. I mean, the only thing was holding it together was pure luck, right? Under that paintwork was luck, okay? But he did it all out. He spent about 20 grand on his car. He should have gone out and got another BMW himself, but like anything, he likes doing them up. And then he gets them on. And this car got on one of the this BMW, if you have a look through the archives, it's actually on the front cover
Right.
of that magazine, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, you never guess what, Dale? I took this car down to the thing, down to the show. And he goes, I've only got a blinking thing to go onto the cover. It'll be out in a month or so. I goes, oh, of course. I goes, how many is that now? 3? He goes, no, it's 5 now, I've done. And anyway, he was doing about 130 miles an hour in this BMW Banana, right? And he lands in about 4 fields, okay? And he walks out of it. He walks out, yeah. And I goes, I wasn't there, but I saw the state of his car. Don't forget, he just spent 20 grand on it. And he decides to roll it about 7 times and whatever. And he goes, oh, I had a bet with my friend to see how many fields I can roll into, right? And I said to him, you're an idiot. You know, you're an absolute idiot. Why did you do that? And he goes, oh, well, you know, I'll get another one tomorrow. Because, as I said, he's got more money than sense, right? Anyway, he buys a crappy, rusty GTI, right? He's done it out. But had this real nice, lovely Cadbury's purple paint on it, right? Beautiful. And again, he likes this like Omega sign, yeah? He has that etched in. And that was a key feature because he had to take it to a specialist to go and get something done on it, right? While he gets a phone call saying that the garage has been broken into, right? And his car's been stolen, right? The car went from £300, it's probably worth about 80 grand now, this car. And he goes, oh, no, I'm going to do that. And he says, well, you know, all we can give you is the insurance, is the book value of the car. That's all the insurance is going to pay. He goes, no, because Ryan is only young, but he's not stupid. You know what I mean? He's not a dummy. And he's done this a million times, building up cars. You know, this mechanic thinks this is his first rodeo. And he goes, no, mate. He goes, that car is insured for about 15 grand. He goes, no, you only get book price on it. He goes, no, but everything's insured in that car. The engine, the chrome engine, the exhaust is like whatever it is. It's got brand new calipers on it. It's got all adjusted. It's all insured, right? You know that car's only worth 300 quid book price. Anyway, after a little court battle, Ryan only gets book price on the car, right? Well, his mate was down in Torquay, driving, just taking his girlfriend out for a weekend away. A purple car drives out like that, right? Right in front of him, cuts him up with the Omega sign etched in the back window. Yeah. So he stops the car by cutting him up, being a dick. He goes, what are you doing, mate? Because you stole my mate's car. Because that's supposed to be stolen. And of course, he calls the police and says, the police come out. And so that car's stolen because he's told my mate that car was stolen from his garage, and that's the same guy who owns the garage. And he was supposed to get some work done. Yeah, he managed to get the car back. The guy got in trouble. He had a massive bad reputation because obviously with Ryan knowing a lot of people around the car shows, so don't go to this garage, man. He just tried ripping me off with his car. And yeah, that car was also on the front cover of that whatever car magazine it was. But yeah, he's had some before. I don't know how, because I hadn't seen him for obviously when I left my job. I never saw him for a little while, and I found out he passed away. But I don't know how he passed away. But he was just one of those nutty mates that you know, took more money than sense. But yeah, he was a good guy, man. He was a good guy. I miss that lad. But yeah, funny, one of those funny guy. He's just stupid. The stuff we used to get at work. I used to work in with acids, plating, on an industrial scale. I used to make gold. Okay, from raw materials. You have to then make cyanide. Yeah, and we're covered in obviously hazmat stuff and everything. But we're in a laboratory, right? Me and Ryan. That's what his job was. That's what he did. And what we used to do, right? I used to take Jaffa cakes in, right? And of course you got your machines going, yeah, or your acids going, and all your dips and that. and we're eating with our thick gloves on. We're going out, getting the old Jaffa cakes up and down like this. And then we're throwing the other bits away because obviously it's got acid. You don't eat acid, right? And we're throwing stuff away. And anyway, we used to play marbles, right? We used to have all these games going when we were bored, right? The work was done. And, well, what we would do, we dented one of the tables purposely. We put like a little hole in it and we'd have like a little electrode and we'd paint the little balls and we'd roll them down the thing. And it was £5 to go. Whoever got the closest out of 10 rolls. So like if you rolled 10, I rolled 10, only 3 were made it, you owe me 15 quid. And we played this all week, right? And everybody in the other rooms had bets on us, right? Who was going to get the most. It was our last day, and one of the supervisors come in mine, he goes, Amish is behind, and Amish is the section manager. But the thing is, I never had a manager because I was maintenance, okay? I used to maintain all the equipment, right? And I goes, Martin, you've been saying this all week. And of course, I steps back, I turns round, there's a big tall figure. And it's Amish, the boss of the section. He goes, what's going on here then? I goes, well, we're playing marbles. And I'm up by 15 quid at the moment. We've been playing all week. And he goes, can I see you two in the office a minute? And Ryan being Ryan, we walks in there. I thought I'm going to get in trouble. We like, you know what I mean? Right, he goes, look, what are you two doing? He goes, you got coloured tiles on the floor because you played jelly top flinging, whatever that is. Then you've got your horse racing game, whatever that is. And now I see you playing marbles, whatever that is. And Ryan goes, well, we got a bet on it, we Dale, to see how much trouble we can get in one day. I was like this, and I thought, oh shit. And he goes, just go, get out of here. I don't want to see you ever, right? And he goes, see, I told you to get out of it, right? So we went back, we started playing marbles again. Well, the jelly tots, you know what jelly tots are? If you don't know, like little sweets.
Aye.
Well, we had these coloured tiles. We had like 4 coloured tiles, right? If you imagine like an acid room and gas room, you got a stone floor, yeah, with tiles on it, red tiles, and we painted them yellow. Okay, it's actually a luminous paint. That's the only thing we could find, and it's obviously when things go dark, you've got arrows to go out to get out. You go into the shower rooms, whatever. Anyway, well, we would get a bag of jelly tots, and we'll say, right, this black one is going to land on the £20 tile. And it's got to land perfectly. It can't be over. It's got to be landing on the thing, yeah? But if I missed it, I owed Ryan 20 quid. He'd get another jelly tot out and he'd go, right, I'm going to fling this on the £5 one, like that, right? And if it lands on it, I owe him £5. So we had a £5, a £10, a £20 and a £50. And we'd be playing that all day, all week. And whoever got the difference, that's when we pay up. But over the course of the week, there was all these jelly tots everywhere. And, of course, we cleaned them up. The horse racing one, if you ever see a Thyrista, it's like a long thing with like a little, looks like a daddy long legs with just 2 legs, right? And what we did, we coloured them in. And we used to colour in flags. So we'd have like I don't know, Union flag, or we'll have your United States flag or an Austrian flag or whatever flag, or we'll have a number on it or a name of a horse. And we used to put them in a pot and then we'd pick out our little horse. And we had this big milling machine, yeah? And you throw your horses in, or your Thyrist, I know it says horses, these Thyristas spin round for about 10 minutes and they go down on this vibration machine, yeah? And they go, blah, 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 yeah? And we've made these 2 little flags at the end of a piece of wire. Yeah. And as they come down, whoever touched that wire, a light will go on. Yeah. So we know who come up first. We can say, oh, that's got over first. Yeah. It will be a literal electric cable going across and it'll light up. These flags will light up. And it was 2 lanes as well. So when the work went in, we put our horses in. It takes about 10 minutes. For our little horses to fall out, and then we'll say £5 a horse, and then we played that all week as well. So that's the sort of games we got up to. The place I worked at then was just, the menu was shit, but the place was amazing. It was so funny. That's the only time where I've had my very first industrial accident there. When BOC came in, you heard of BOC? I think it's a Scottish company.
British.
Yes, British All Chemicals. Yeah, they do chemicals and stuff like that. But what happened was, we had a clean room right behind, because I used to run also the furnaces. There's 24 furnaces, and I was in charge of all the furnaces. And Ryan, I used to just get Ryan because he was just easy to grab because he didn't care about leaving his work anyway. And he used to lift all his stuff in. And anyway, right behind us, one of the technicians had a faulty valve. He didn't realise it because somebody off the lorry dropped the container and it damaged the valve. And luckily, it didn't leak. Otherwise, it'd be like a torpedo going off. And but as he opened up the cabinet, he had a face full of gas, and he dragged in on him like this, and it landed on his arm and broke his arm. But the way it fell, it's got like a steel container around it, but where it was dropped, it was loose. And rather than taking it back to the yard and wherever it come from, it crashed onto his arm, and it shot up. It went through our ceiling, across the room, missing all the furnaces. Lucky enough, missing all the gas valves, which is like a if you looked at it, it looks like a submarine. You got all these taps everywhere to run the gases. Went through this massive window. Lucky the girls who were working there were at break, and it was bouncing around all over the place like a torpedo. But the gases basically knocked us out. Me and Ryan and Robbie. But the funny thing is, me and Robbie was actually going to be doing our Fire Marshal's Day that day. But yeah, it was just a mess of a day. And Ryan goes, "Well, I suppose better clean us all up then, haven't we?" It's just nuts. But yeah.
Yesterday, me and Mum decided to go out, or she says to me, "Do you want to go for lunch?" So we ended up going to Largs, and as we were walking around Largs, I managed to.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I've got something for. Remember I said about the ashes.
Yeah.
So Mum says that's fitting because he was an alcoholic. So Mum said, but I was going to walk out the shop, Dale, and it wasn't until I turned round and I'm walking out the shop because the guy did like boxes, but it was like he burnt names or burnt it into the box as in like treasure boxes. But
yeah.
And I'm looking and I'm thinking, what can I put ashes in? And I says to him about a bottle, and Mum went, as I turned round to go out the shop door, Mum just stopped, and there was a big hip flask, and I looked down, and there's a smaller hip flask, and I thought, that's the right thing for putting ashes in, because the little thing she got, it's only about that big, because what I've decided is what I'll do with the wee pendant or the wee thing that was supposed to put the ashes in, what I'll do is I'll manage to, because it's like a key ring, so what I'll do is I'll put the key ring on it that and just let it dangle down, because the wee it was too wee, because it was only about that size, and it was like a square. It was got a square pendant.
Oh, so it wasn't actually going to fit in the bottle itself then?
But you had to have a wee funnel. It was like a wee tiny funnel. And I was like, there's no way the ashes is going to go everywhere, trying to get that down into that.
Well, you know what I would have done? Do you know the cones of the paper cones? cut the old air, put it inside there, and hold the cone over and just pop it in.
That's what I was thinking, as in for it, because that's what I was thinking about that, but then I thought, the only reason I'm going to put it on that is because it had a lot of inscription. The little pendant had a lot of inscription on it, so I wanted to sort of tag it with that, and that's why I took the hook, because I took the hook off it yesterday, or the keyring opening. I took it off it yesterday. I thought, well, I'll just put the other one on it, so I'll just put the ring, as in the ring through it, and just let it hang like that, down on that, but then put the ashes into that. It means then if it falls over, it's not going to all spill out anyway.
It's protection then, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Alex, we've got to go in a moment because we've got to go and get Lauren.
No, because you emailed me about that thing, because I saw that in a Facebook reel, and it's about he's showing.
Oh yeah, I can't get on there.
Right, so somebody's showing. Well, I've sent you because I found out that when you went into his thingy or playlist or whatever it was, it came up with a YouTube channel and all the rest. So I'm hoping that it sent the link over in the second email, as in for you to get, because it's called Collecting Coin Wizard or something he calls himself. But what he's trying to say is there's a British old 1 penny, right? And then a two pence, and it's saying if you have this, it's worth like 130,000 or something like that on it.
Oh yeah, same old spiel.
I wonder if they'll check that out and see if he's whether that's 100% genuine or whether that's not, and then for you to do the review on it, because I noticed you were doing reviews on that all that bull crap, as in all these channels.
These channels, man. I tell you,
I'm versioning on this car on.
The thing is, those channels, right? Go back onto coins now because obviously, right? The problem with those channels is that people listen to them and they think that's the be all.
I know what you're trying to achieve with doing reviews, because
I know. I'm just letting people know, because
it's misinformation and it's giving people false information. So I totally get what you're doing that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I used to get this a lot. Now, what people don't realise is that people like PC Coinstar and the other channels that PC Coinstar started off because he kind of like he put my name to all his videos.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was told by YouTube to actually take them all out because it's violation without permission.
Correct.
And you can do a reaction on people's videos, providing you put the source of the video or the channel in.
Aye. And
he wasn't doing that, so he was getting my videos, and which is allowed on YouTube. You can use you can actually use someone else's video to make a video but now they've got a history, so it'll tell you. So like, if I took one of your videos and used it for my own personal gain, it will say original source Alexander Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never used to do that, but now it's automatic. Now, if you're monetized, is that lightning then? Right? If you're monetized, you don't get anything, right? I don't get anything, but you do now. So a lot of it's calmed down, but in the YouTube terms and conditions, it does state that you are allowing other people, because it's their site. It's not your site, it's their site, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you are allowed to clip other people's videos, providing you put a source in there or the reference, right?
Uh-huh.
It's like the copyright. If when you use the music, you have to copy and paste and put that into your channel, into the description. If you don't,
or you have to share the royalties, endorsement. Because I get hit with one. I get hit with one quite a few years ago, as in a karaoke one that Mum likes that one,
Yeah, but that's
they give
completely
you a
different.
get
You
the
can't.
the RSP, the
Yeah, you
value
can't.
really
The thing
high,
is, this stuff
really
will
high.
get mixed up because no, the music, the music on YouTube, yeah, it says CC on it, right? Yeah, so that's copyright content. But the thing is, because it's on YouTube, you're allowed to use it. It doesn't give you any violations, providing you, because at the bottom it will say copy, and you click copy and you put that into the description. That's allowed. But anything that's normal songs under 65 years, you're not allowed to use. Only on shorts. You can use it on shorts up to a minute. It's lightning out there, by the way. Yeah. But yeah, it's a case of look. If you're going to sing, or unless it's not copyrighted music and you're doing it without putting copyright on, right? It's thunder and lightning out there. Finn, stop it, right? If you was to, if you don't put, if it's licensed music, you put it into the description, and YouTube might say you might lose a part of the revenue. Okay, but if you don't put any kind of description or source in there, then you'll be under violation. You get like, they'll ask you now, it's automated, just press a button, they'll either, you can put a new song on or YouTube music on, or just or cancel it out completely. But I've forgotten what I was talking about just now then. Anyway, because you went on that, I can't remember what I was talking about.
You were talking about, we were talking about the ones where they say that a coin's worth 130,000 or something.
Oh yeah. Right, okay. When it goes back to the channel, yeah. Say I go, right, Alex, can I borrow a piece of your footage to compensate my channel, yeah, for a video, and you say no, yeah, and I do it anyway, that's against the YouTube terms and conditions. You haven't given me actual permission to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but if I go ahead and do it anyway, there's nothing you can do about it because it's part of the YouTube terms and conditions, right? It's only common courtesy that I put your channel name in, yeah, and say the source, this is where I got this footage from. That's why you see a lot of footage out there repeating itself from years gone, because it was a bit more lapsed back then. With these channels, I believe, not PC Coinstar, but other channels like NZ Old Coins News, I think. There's a lot of channels out there exactly the same. They wear the marigolds, or they're wearing black gloves, and they got a piece of grass behind them, but it's fake grass. It's just a fake table with AstroTurf, basically, and they're just AIs, and they're spinning the coins over. Like, I done a video the other day, and it was so long. I did the video. I got bored, but because it was so long, I just carried on with the video.
It's AI generated, and you can tell it's AI generated because of the way it speaks.
Well, yeah, it's not. It's only a voiceover.
Aye.
It's only a voiceover, but the videos are real.
Aye.
The videos are real, but the coins are real. Yeah, if you watch all the way through, yeah, I mean, I do timestamps because I don't want people to get bored. Because this one person only had a few coins. I thought I'll do that video because only a few coins. It turned out to be some like 11, 12 coins, right? And because I was halfway through it, I thought, oh, sorry, I might as well carry on now. And I got bored because it was the same sort of stuff going out, the history, the spiel. But people buy into this. That's the thing. But the problem is, Alex, what I'm trying to get to is that years ago, well, not so long ago, but yeah, I don't know, about 2 years ago, maybe a bit less, because my channel was linked to Instagram, and a lot of these people are on Instagram as well. And that's why I don't post. That's one of the reasons why I don't post on Instagram, is because once I start posting, Instagram had my phone number on there, which you shouldn't have done.
Right.
Okay, I didn't know I didn't know they posted my phone number. Right, so at night or whatever time they were awake, regardless what time it was for me, yeah, they would say, "Oh, this is my picture of my coins. Oh, this channel has said this coin is worth this much. How much are you willing to buy? I want to sell my coins. Can you help me sell my coins?" And I said, "Where'd you get this number from?" I don't care about that. And it'd be phone call after phone call after phone call
Right.
on Instagram. In the end, I had to switch my phone off. I couldn't do anything on Instagram. That's why I stopped posting on it about 2 years ago, wasn't it? Something like that. 2023, something like that. So, but these people don't care about the repercussions you get, because when you give someone the truth, because I don't do values on my, the reason why I don't do values on my channel, yeah, is because once I give someone a value on a coin that is my coin, yeah, they're going to automatically think, or may think, that's going to be the price of their coin.
Doesn't work like that.
But they do. These are people are not interested in the fundamentals. These are people who are trying to sell stuff and buy stuff. Okay. And when I say no, your coin is not that your coin. This coin is still a circulated condition coin. Okay, we still use in the United Kingdom. They say, "Oh, but the Queen's dead," right? And I'll say it doesn't matter. The coins are still in circulation. It doesn't matter, right? The 1 and 2 pence coin was stopped being made in 2019. They don't make them anymore, right? But we still use them. And they're going, "Yeah, but this is 1971, Queen Elizabeth II." I goes, "Yeah, but I got hundreds of them. Go and check my videos. Over 1 billion made. They're not worth anything. They're only worth a penny." And then the hate you get is ridiculous. The messages, the texts, the emails. I had 1,000. I know that, Alex. But the thing is, what you got there, you got the 50p, the 10p, the 2p, the 5p, and the 1p. Is it?
That's the one with the decimal day. And the only reason I had that is because I got four of them in auction, and I was like, right, I've gave a couple of them away because I was like, everybody's like, when did decimal currency start? And then you've got to try and remember the year, date, and all the rest. And sometimes I tend to forget the year, date, and all the rest. Sometimes I say 1971, and I'll go, no, it was 72. So I get mixed up. So
no. Just write it down, Alex. Go and get a pen. It's the 15th of February, 1971.
Because everybody likes to throw the bits and all that, and then say about the 6 bits a year.
Yeah, but Alex, what I'm trying to say is that these people from other countries don't know this. All right. And when you give them an answer, they want me to tell them that your coin is worth £1 million, right? And because it's not worth £1 million, I say it's only worth 1 penny. Yeah, they also get, "Oh, how much is this in rupees? Can you do the conversion for me? Oh, can you do this for me?" And because I'm lucky with Instagram, because it does a translator on there, it's a translation on there. Otherwise, I wouldn't understand what they're saying. I can't. When they even talk to me, I don't understand what language you're talking to me, because they're shouting. And I just put the phone down. I don't know, recognize the number. Phone down. Put the phone down. Put the phone down. I don't actually pick it up. I just ring, ring, ring. I've had to complain to Instagram about it. In the end, he goes, "Oh, sorry, we didn't realize your phone number was being posted," and they took it off.
No.
And that stopped. But I did a stream a few months ago at Christmas. Yeah, I still get nearly 1,000 emails. And I get a warning coming up, "Oh, you're over exceeding your email capacity."
Aye.
Yeah. Because I still get haters on there. "You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know this. You don't know." And then obviously this PC Coinstar stated all this. PC Coinstar stated on that. And that's why I started with PC Coinstar, because he was the one who started this stuff.
Aye.
And he was the one who decided to go, "Oh, I'm going to use CoinWars UK and Big D coins." Remember, Big D coins?
Aye.
When I was Change Finders, going back before I came back, yeah, I sent him a load of coins, right? Yeah, because he wasn't a big channel then; he was only a small kind of channel. and American guy, nice lad. Daniel, his name is, nice lad, good channel, great channel. I'm not saying not go there. He's good, but the thing is, when I came back, I goes because I went to him first. I goes, "Hi, I'm back. It's Dale from Change Finders." He complained to YouTube that I was copying his channel. Right, I officially started in August. Right, but on my screen for months, it used to go coin. DC Coin World was actually my first name. Right, when I came back. Right, and luckily for me, one of my subscribers, Bill, I sent a video to YouTube as an email to say, look, my channel is actually older than his. Yeah, my actual email is older than his. Yeah, because I changed my Change Finders from my old gaming channel.
When you say Bill, are you talking about Bill 457?
No. No. You won't know this guy, right? He's not on it anymore. Right. This is going back 2015, right? Mm-hmm. So when I came back later onto this channel, which is obviously Coin World UK, but it used to be called DC Coins because that's my initials. Then I use coins. Yeah. And because he was called DC, whatever it was, he thought I was, because I wanted to do comics as well. I wanted to do all my stuff, right? Because I was going to call like DC Collectibles. I went, nah, that's no good. And I was just playing around with names. I thought, DC Coins. I just showed my coins. Got more coins than anything else. So, and they go anyway.
You hold on a minute. Let me butt in here. Your initials are DC anyway. Yeah, but YouTube don't see it like that. I know, right? This guy called Daniel. Yeah. Who's Big D Coins, his name is, I think. Right. He's a nice lad, got a great channel. I still watch him, but he's a bit of a dork, right? And I'm being honest, right? Because he kind of copied what I did. And he got my channel flagged up. So anyway, YouTube was going to delete everything I had. And I said, no, I've been on here longer than he has. Why? And I sent him, anyway, this Bill done a shout out video for me. Luckily, had a clip of my email on it. Right. Yeah. And the date I started my YouTube channel, right, which is something like, I don't know, 2007. Right. 6, whatever it was. It's just after YouTube was bought out by Google. So I think that was 2005, right? And it was 2006. Anyway, I goes, here you go, there's my channel name, right? And they went, okay, no problem. What you can do, what we'll do, one thing, set up a new email address and do a new channel name. I said, okay, that's fair enough. I'll do that, right? So I set up Change Finders. I kept Change Finders, lucky enough. So I changed my gaming email to Change Finders, which is my old channel name anyway. And I changed my name to Coin World UK. So that's what I used to do. But unfortunately, they had to reset my date to 2nd of September 2019, even though my actual old channel was from 2006. Right. So yeah, it all because somebody was jealous, and but anyway, but my channel's been copied by, but Big D Coins has got Coin World UK European coins, Coin World UK coins, United Kingdom Coin World, and something else. Oh, DC Coin World UK, right? And because it was a coincidence that, and I complained back, he changed a lot of them, but he's still got a few going out there at the moment. You have a look; it's all UK, and a lot of the channels that has ruined my channel has also put in their Coin World UK or CW UK now, and that's why my channel went. My channel was destroyed. I can't do anything about the channel. I can't make it grow.
I can't get anything done on it. It's just tanked down because I've been threatened by people by having a channel. I've been told not to do videos. I've been told not to do this, been told not to do that. And there's a big channel out there.
Do you know something? You need to go and watch.
Numbers.
You need to go and watch Hubie's live because you're talked about on there, but in a good way, and it's all about what you've just turned around and said, because Hubie didn't even know that you had a death threat. And I says no. I says Dale wrote a paragraph. I says it was that long. I says and it took me ages to read it. I says I swear my life. I didn't say swear my life. I says if you go to his community post, I says you'll see it on there. I says it's that long. And she went, well, I didn't know that. And that's when we start talking.
Well, I'll tell you this, right? Shall I be honest? Right, Ran, shall I be honest? What happened right with recently, right? I put on there, right, and this is what I told you to do. And it soon stopped. This hate stopped instantly. I goes, right, anybody who threatens my channel, I'm going to post the emails. I'm going to post the emails and I'm going to post your name because I know you're not who you say you are, right? And that last one I ranted about, it wasn't really a rant, it was more like a warning. And it stopped. But my channel, the problem is a lot of people follow people, right? And a lot of people think they're the be all and end all. Now, I'm not saying I am. I'm not by any means. I press the record button because I want to, not because I have to. YouTube to me is an option, not an occupation. Okay? I collect stuff because I want to, not because I get told I have to. So I've only missed 2 days of recording, right? When I was not well. Okay. Yeah, I am not who I am. I'm an astronaut, right? Well, I'll tell you something, right? Now, I promise I wouldn't say this because I had an apology, right?
Nice.
But sod it, right? There's a channel out there who's quite influential. I promise I won't say the name because they apologise, right? I've seen people out there go from one channel to another and they are so annoying that they're hypocrites.
No.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure if I should say this or not because this wasn't nothing to do with me, but in the previous years, now, if it was face to face, I would give them what for, not a problem, right? But obviously I'm older and wiser. I'm not going to fall down to their level because it's just pointless. And when I say, if I get dragged into something, I'm just going to call it out. I don't care. My channel's dead anyway. My channel's been dead in the water for the last 4 years, right? But I don't care whether I get 10 views or 10,000 views. It's never been bothering me, right? It's just the fact I see these other channels doing well on views, and complain. When they go away for 6-7 months, come back, get God knows how many views. But there's an auction channel out there that is so BS. That person would not care whether you can pay your rent or not. Okay? And he was selling British coins for $60. And I said, if anybody wants one, I'll get you one from the Royal Mint for $4.99. All you have to do is pay me the postage from when I order it until I send it, and I'll send you the receipts. Okay. These coins wasn't even inside the packaging. They were just normal Krupo nickel coins. They weren't even silver. Right. And I kept saying to the channel, I kept saying to this person, why are you overcharging? This is unlike you. Why are you overcharging for coins that are not worth that much? Silver coins, yes, maybe. But these 50 pences, no.
But you
We're
can
all
see
meant to
the,
sound like-
you can see the difference. You can see the difference between the cupro nickel and the silver and the actual
Well,
silver.
the silver nickel, sorry, the silver coin. Well, yeah, we made a difference, but once I know,
The rim's
what
a
I'm
lot
saying is,
thicker.
Alex, what I'm saying is there's a lot of this channel was ripping people off.
Aye.
Okay. And but he also threatened me. He sent one of his goons over
Aye.
and said, "Oh, if you stop having these people up, I am going to destroy your channel because I
Aye.
got more influence than you." And yes, he's done it. So congratulations to this person. He's done it. Congratulations to him, right? You know, he sent this guy over, his goon. And I said to him, why don't you be a man, come up on my live stream and explain why I can't have people up on my live stream if I want to have it,
Aye.
right? And also, there was another channel out there, okay? Now, everybody might know him. He's very big and influential as well. A bit of a loud mouth. And always acted a bit of an hard nut, but even though he wasn't. He would say something about the Queen. He used to call the Queen Elizabeth, right? And
Lizard breath.
I was in
Lizard breath or something like that. Lizard breath or something like that.
I went into his live stream, okay, and there was talk about the Queen, blah, 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 blah. And I said, hang on a minute, you do realise you got Canadians in here, okay? Yeah, I goes, you do realise you've got Canadians in here and you've got someone here from New Zealand, and you do realise that's their monarch, not just the... Oh, no, and this Canadian girl said, no, she isn't. The Queen is only for England. I goes, why don't you go and Google it and find out? Yeah? And then she did. And said, I didn't realise that she was head of state of Canada. And I thought, being a Canadian, notice, I don't know if she was, whatever. But anyway, this person was very influential. He doesn't. I'm not sure if he's back or whatever he's doing these days. But this guy caused a lot of problems because he went into people go into his streams, okay, or his videos, and people were going, "Oh, I hate the Queen. The Queen's a lizard." And I goes, "Really?" I goes, I don't know the Queen. I'm a royalist, yes, but I don't know the Queen personally. But the fact is, you've all got to be kind of self-centered to think a human being's a lizard, right? Regardless of her job. And I said, I'll give you a little fun fact. She wasn't actually destined to be the Queen of England. It's only until King Edward VIII advocated, and her dad took over, died in 1951, and then she took over in 1952. So she wasn't destined to be the Queen. And then next, when they come into my stream, I was giving away, I don't know, whatever, Queen Elizabeth coins, whatever. Oh, I love the Queen. Oh, the Queen coins are amazing. I goes, that's funny. I goes, in somebody else's stream, you didn't like her, so you're not winning anything. So it's amazing how hypocritical people can be on social media, not just here, but on social media. And I said this to one of the biggest channels on Instagram, how contradictory that people can be from one stream to another, because at the end of the day, I don't really care anymore, right? I just don't care about what people, they can hate the Queen, but this is my opinion, better for them to keep them for themselves as well as most people. Yeah, exactly, right? Now, I'm going to show you something, Alex, right? This is to everybody, right? What do you think of this? The Philharmonic is one of the world's most iconic silver rounds in the world. Yeah. People think this is a building.
No.
Exactly. It's an organ, right? It's the organ in Austria, right? It's the biggest organ, I think, in Europe. Well, this is how stupid some people can be, right? Because I'm just fed up with the drama and stuff like that, right? See, I went into Instagram and I went onto this person's thing and I said, look, I don't believe for 1 second, this is exactly what I don't believe for 1 second you truly think as a silver stacker that you believe that this is a lazy design. Okay, there's a lot of silver rounds out there are tragic. Yeah, even some of our coins are tragic. But the Philharmonic, like the Britannia, the the Canadian Maple Leaf, the SE, they're all world-renowned coins. Yeah, the Thalia, yeah, the Kukuran, like them or lump them, they're still iconic. Yeah, I think these are one of the most beautiful designed silver rounds in the world, and that's my opinion. But this guy was speaking for the whole of America, saying, "Oh, the whole of America thinks it's not right. You know, it's a lazy design." Yeah, I don't like the panda. I like Chinese's coin. I like the Chinese.
That's the Maple Leaf. Then you get Queen Elizabeth on it, but then you've got the Britannia one as well. You get Britannia.
Yeah, but they're iconic, right? They're iconic coins, rounds, whatever you want to call them, right?
But the thing is, if I go to Royal Westminster, I'll pay more. I'll pay more than what I did for them. But if I buy them over in America,
we're not on about the price. We're on about what it was. This person's enticing somebody. This person's enticing somebody to cause drama. I was sort of like reading. I read the full text in the end, and I goes, look, this guy is just doing this because his Instagram is not as big as basically Nick Molnar. Right, his Instagram is not as big as his YouTube channel, right? So he's doing this as an enticement to get people to argue amongst themselves. But he's got a lot of followers who only follow him. They don't follow their own free speech or own free will. And he goes, I melt these down every opportunity. So, in my opinion, he's still buying them, right? He's still buying Philharmonics to melt them down, which I believe should be illegal because it's got a monetary value on it. And also, when you sell his melted products, you're actually technically buying a Philharmonic. So there you go. That is, and this guy is only big because he does one thing on his channel. That's about it, really. Anybody can film a bloody coin shop. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to go and film the antique store the other day, but I wasn't allowed because the guy wouldn't let me. The ASC, yeah, the Britannia, the Philharmonic, the Maple Leaf, the Kukuran, yeah, the Kangaroo, the Kukuran, and Noah's Ark. Exactly. Even I even say the some of the Australian coins, like the spiders, some of them are quite cool. But I'm about reoccurring ones, you know, the reoccurring, like the Philharmonic, the Maria Teresa Thalia, the Britannias, the Kukurans, the ASCs, you know, because obviously, I mean, these are just some of my silver rounds, right? You know, this is just like a Morgan, but it's a silver. Got the Peregrine Falcon, and then you got the ASC. But I think they're actually beautiful coins. Yeah, the koalas. Yeah, some of the snakes. I even think like the Prince, because I think it's only a one-time thing. But I think it was like the.
There's a bit of melted down, and there's also a Kit Kat. There's also a Kit Kat bar somewhere as well.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, this guy still buys Philharmonics to melt them down. Right?
Yeah.
So technically, he's still buying them. So when he melts them down to Salon, and you get a different design, obviously, with a dodgy, I don't know, he probably doesn't even go and get them essayed. He probably does his own stamp on it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But the fact is, he's called a friend out, yeah, who had no idea what was going on until someone sent him a message, and I think it just transpired that way,
Aye.
out of control. But I can see through the message where, to me, it's just baiting people, because to me, I reckon he's got loads of them, and I reckon he's got them nicely stored away in his nicely stored little pouch somewhere, and he just baits people into arguing. And he knows people's going to follow him because he does have a big channel, fair play to him. But the fact is, YouTube don't really care about subscribers anymore. As long as you get past your 1,000, you're just as equal as anybody else as 1 million subscribers. It's as simple as that, right? And when you do your videos, it's all about retention. It's not about, as long as you get past your 30 seconds, you're fine. But yeah, these are not lazy by any means. They are a beautiful looking coin, and I guarantee, and I said to this other person, I goes, you don't know your research.
I'll tell you something, there's a lot going on in that design. There's a lot
Yeah.
that's going on in that design if you look at it really.
It's a beauty. I mean, I'm looking at it now in real life, yeah. I'm looking at it now, and it is just the organ. I mean, I said to this guy, he's probably joking around, but he goes, "Oh, look, I'm building organ. Who cares?" You know, I was having a bit of humour because, yeah, but you can still free think. If you still like them, why don't you say you like them? What, you're going to lose your friend? You know what I mean? If you like the coin, like the coin. If you don't like the coin, don't like the coin. Don't follow because somebody else says so.
No.
You know, when I had someone say to me, "Oh, what do you think of American coins?" I think American coins are fantastic. I like old American coins.
That's what I think about somebody following somebody.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know how the discussion, but I happened to mention you, but not in a bad way. It was, we were talking about as in the community, and we started on about Small Engine Nation, and then it went further into about the coin community and how what they're like and all this carry on. What baffles me, I mean, Rand's got it nail on the head. He knows exactly what I'm talking about, and he could go and see my comments. It's Change Finders. You can see my Change Finders comment there. And I know he's not going to reply to me. He's never going to reply because he's done his damage, and everybody is now following the trend. And so to him, he's getting views on all these posts. So it's working. I mean, sometimes a best reaction is no reaction. And I collect coins. I mean, there's some designs I don't like, but I have to collect them. That happened to me the other week. As when I put the thing with the video on the secondary channel, and it was only because I couldn't get the main channel. It wouldn't go on through Facebook, as in download the Inverary Castle. And this is why they do Augie today. I put out there about the do Augie today video on the main channel, was because of that one in particular. And as you said, when you just said that about the reaction, I done the first reply, and then when the second reply came, I said nothing at all because I thought
people are burning for the next reaction. People are buzzing. If no one would react to that comment, right? If no one was to react to that comment, because obviously I was told it, I was sent it. Because obviously it's somebody else, I believe is a German guy, is that right? Who said it? Somebody else said it, posted it to him, and he's another great channel actually. Rand's a great channel. One day you start posting again. I can't wait for him to show, because he's great, he's knowledgeable as hell.
Because it's holding the attention. It wants the attention. It's
misinformation, the best information when you're doing social media, because you get people react to it in the wrong way. And you've caused a volcano, what you wanted, a landslide. I can go out there today and then go and post a really crappy coin and say, "Oh, this is worth 30,000, right, pounds, right," and write out a fake receipt, post it on TikTok, and you watch the whole. Or I can get an aeroplane and go, "Oh, this is a Sopwith Camel," even though it's a blinking F-15 Eagle, and say, "Oh yeah, do you like my new Sopwith Camel from World War One?" People will avalanche and say, "Oh, don't be stupid."
Aye.
Copied and pasted. He's done it. But yeah, it's. I don't believe that he's going to, because he's done his damage. He's got what he wanted. He's got a reaction, and he's happy, right? Unfortunately, we've all fallen for it again. Misinformation is the best information. Babe, you're right. Right, okay. But yeah, some people do things purposely by mistake. They think it's an accidental mistake, but it's not. It's actually a purposely made and designed that way. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole of making fake and false information videos. And I certainly ain't going to, if someone starts on me again, I'm just going to call them out for what they are.
I sort of backed off with American because you're doing it now, but you're doing it like A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah, exactly.
Your information is more than what I could ever do. So that's why I just leave it. But I love doing the one when I do under the microscope, or I do.
Yeah, no, I like that. So
I do the box opening, and I do.
Yeah, I saw the microscope went pop, it blew the screen. But yeah, I used to have a nice one, but I like showing what I can see, and people's got to think of it like a database or I mean, if you look at my stuff here, like this is just stuff I got out, right? This is the stuff I got out. This is one in here. There's British banknotes in here, and they're all in order. I put the names in ready because this is the ones I need. Okay, they're all in order, all date order. That's the oldest one I got so far, but I got them all up here. When we moved out to spend my King Charles things, this is what Rand sent. That's from Dean. Oh, they've gone over there. That's the army ones there. They've gone over the other side. I put them together. But yeah, these will get filled up. This is a £50 note there. But yeah, because I had to spend some money because what it was, we were doing something and only took cash only. Then I got more coins here, my collection stuff down here, more collection stuff down here, the old coins there, coins and stamps here, Morgans and everything else there. And I'll show you how I display my stuff.
I love that one with the King Charles. The other day with the King Charles, and he goes like that. He starts opening as in this one. It's supposed to be as in the sought after one, the new sought after one. And he goes like that, and he goes, "Watch this." Oh, and the page after page in the book was filled with the King Charles coins, as in the new one.
Mine.
Oh, wow, what something else.
Who was that? Who was that?
The one you done with the King Charles.
Oh, right. Oh, these. Because someone said that they were rare.
Aye. I watched that video. I watched it.
These here.
Then I watched the Spirograph and then I watched the Spirograph after that.
Do you know, there's two reasons why I do that. Oh, yeah, my battery just died. I was literally going to do it and I'm down to like 1%. So I've got to put the wire back in. I was about going to do it. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and do it quickly, but the battery's going. I'm down 1% right now. Okay, I got some stuff. There's all my Canadian stuff there. That's not all of it, by the way. I got more in here. That's pre-decimal Canadian and pre-decimal coins there. That's all full up, by the way. Comics and other stuff there. Canada's there, all filled up apart from one coin. Coins and stamps there. Alex got me this. It's just too big to stand up somewhere at the moment. This is my Batman stuff here with all Hot Wheels. Coin sets there. Coin sets there. That's what I just got gift from tabs. My Only Fools North stuff there.
No,
More coins and stuff.
If somebody asks me to do a favour, I'll do it. I'll do it.
That stamps in there.
On with you.
Hang on a minute. I got to put my wire back in because it's. But then I got another 26 full books of all coins, so there's over 1,000 coins in each book. And then here is all. See, I got every message from everybody.
I am the same with that. I'm the same with that drawer over there. The stuff that's.
Remember him?
Rico.
Yeah. Jeep and John. Is stickers inside stickers. Because what it is, I used to have this in a book. I got every. You got to make sure I got no. I think that's around.
Because that was
that's from Skipper.
Because the spare stickers that John Jacobs had, he sent them to me, asking them different channels. What I was saying about, because it was going to take me God knows how long to do it all, as in for different channels. Because I was never into the channel stickers, and I thought it's actually good to have them actually, as in the different ones. And as I said, I've got all different ones.
Everything you see that I have will be shown. I mean, I've had to basically start my channel again because obviously I started Dark Truth Collections. I'm still going to keep the CWQ up for a little while, and it'll slowly go over eventually. And I should have done this sooner actually, but I should have showed you other stuff as well because obviously I got some American stuff up, I got Canadian stuff up, I got some Militaria stuff up. I got American coin sets up there, which I got some from you. I got stuff from Ran. I still got to sort out as well. I'll actually show you actually. Because what it is, I've been concentrating on my British. I know Ran sent me a lot of stuff over the time, but
that's like art. Look, that's like art. That sentimental, so sentimental value that's in that. Sentimental value that's in that drawer. There's one for the boy that rang me. The boy that was Earn Island. I haven't seen him.
Oh, no, that's interesting actually. I found this the other day, if I can find it. No.
Oh, another leaf. Makes a leaf. And that flag's for Shauna. That's flags for Shauna. That one. And then I've got the mixed Moors.
You won't believe. Oh yeah. But you won't believe what I found the other day, Alex, in change. What do you think I found?
One of King Charles. What, the salmon one?
Yeah. No. It's the 10p. 2025.
Right? Oh.
I just put it in my little thing here just to keep it. I thought, oh, that's a bit of a dodgy coin, isn't it? So yeah, I just got one. No, I wish I found another Kew Gardens, but no, I got this one. This is probably better than the Kew Gardens. I don't even have the annual sets of these yet, and I thought that's a bit. I thought at first, it was just like a normal, brand new 2000. Well, not brand new, because the 2014 coins are really shiny, and I thought that's a bit of a. I thought at first, I thought it was. Then I looked again. I thought it was Charles de Gaulle French coin,
right?
Because he looked because he looks like Charles de Gaulle at first look, and it was a 10 pence coin.
So they must be coming out shortly then.
I think someone broke this open from the set.
Could have, but they might be coming out. But they might be coming out slowly, like they did with the salmons, and they're still slow. They're still slow in coming. Because I remember coming around saying about they were putting them into circulation. There was
sorry,
or something like that. It was supposed to be coming.
No, this is 2024. Sorry, I thought it said 2025. But yeah, 2024, 10 pence. Apart from these coins here, yeah, and this is the only King Charles coins I got. And I know you sent me a lot of stuff, but I'm still going through them. This is what Alce Rand sent me. I got to go through, so I must go through. So yeah, it's that's it.
The 70th. I've got the one with the 70th. As it's got Queen Elizabeth, and then after that it goes into the King Charles, where the one where it's like the coat of arms in the back, coat of arms in the back of it. I think there's another one kicking somewhere as well here.
Much love, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate everything. I still got the postcard. I got everything that everybody sent me. I never ever get rid of anything, man.
There's the one.
What's that one?
The bridges.
Oh yeah, I've got that one.
That one.
Yeah.
Only two or three ones of King Charles yet.
I'm going to start putting this stuff away because we've got to go out soon.
Right.
Because we got to go and get Lauren because she's in Birmingham. But yeah, it's I've got every letter, every post bit. That's how I've never got rid of anything. But I used to have a book, and I dropped the book, and it went just exploded. I thought, oh, great.
It's funny when you drop something and everything's just on the floor.
Yeah, it's just because you have to move as well. I'll tell you what happened to some of my cards, right? Yeah. I was loading up the trolley to put everything in storage, and it was raining. So I was trying to cover everything because everything you saw before we moved was only a little bit, was just enough to tie me over. Because we never had no internet, nothing. We didn't have internet for like 3 weeks.
Right.
All right, guys, I'll be back in 1 second. 1 sec.
Because this is all bits and pieces that's actually on the table or on the drawer. It's been laying here because I'm starting to downsize the other room, but that's for the mobile phones. So I get space to work in. Eventually. Because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it didn't come, but it was in a box of stuff that I picked up. And it was M&D tokens and all that card on.
Right, guys, we've got to go because we got to go and get Lauren. She's back on the train now, so we've got to go and meet her at the station.
All right.
It's only like 20 minutes. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today, Alex. It's great to see you again after long last. It's been a while.
Yep.
Oh yeah, quickly, just when we was moving, luckily it was only the cards that I didn't really need, and it must have been about 600 cards, and it was one puddle. Okay, and I managed to, and as I was pushing the trolley, yeah, the cards for some alley went off. I don't know, it was anyone's guess. Went over, and the lid came off and landed all in this one puddle, man. 600 cards, and it was hammering down with rain, so I just had to take the stuff in and pick these cards up. Hopefully they dried okay. Had to throw some good cards away because they were just damaged. The others were okay. The other top ones protected the bottom, the middle ones.
Aye.
But man, it was a mess. Oh gosh. Ran, don't forget to send me. I said you got my email address now. Please get well soon. Speedy recovery, brother. Honestly, you've been absolutely more than a great friend to me, and I always appreciate you, Alex. Same as you too. It's been a long time with you two, I tell you. And
I've been busy with phones, and I've been putting them on bit by bit and trying to clear up the other room. So eventually I get space because Mum's like that. We can't even have anybody staying over, as in family members or anything, to use that room. So I'm trying to sort of downsize it.
I'll send you a PayPal, and you have to send us some stuff down.
Huh?
Whenever. Actually, that's the point. I'll send you a PayPal and just sort me out some coins.
What are you wanting? What is it you're after?
I ain't got a clue. Well, you saw my clip. I ain't got a clue.
Well, if you make me a list, I'll either have a look and see what's there, and if I don't have it, I'll try and get a hold of it. Like
no, if you can't don't worry about search and stuff. I'll tell you what. I'll go through some of the US coin sets. I'll see what I got and what I need. Okay. And
the proof and the clad ones are in a box there because I took the ones that I needed for my collection, and I knew there was other ones, but the ones that are in the proof or the proof are clad, they're all sealed.
All right.
They're all sealed up.
Well, send me. You got my number, ain't you?
I think so.
Email me and I'll send you my number, because I got to sieve through 1,000 blinking emails by the time I end this stream. Guarantee it.
I think I've got you in WhatsApp.
Yeah, if you got me on WhatsApp, just send me my end of my number ends in 1977. So if you just WhatsApp me, say hi, it's Alex, then I know it's you. So hi, it's Alex, say 01 or something, and I know it's you. And then, because that's the point, I haven't sorted out my PayPal yet, and I forgot to do that.
I know. Once you move on and the rest, everything's up in the air for months until you get yourself sorted out.
Yeah, that's why I just reminded myself.
And I'd rather you do stuff that you actually need instead of just sending me money for things that you don't even need, because I know that part of your collection you've got as an American coinage, because I've seen you do the videos. That's what I'm saying. I've seen you do the thing where you're doing as in like 1967 or whatever. I've seen you do it.
That's grown since then videos. That was like
I know you've been through it. So that's why I'm like, well, what's the point of me doing American coinage if Dale's going through and putting as in the shorts or whatever as in with each coin? It's no, I'm not in competition with you, but I like to do different things. I don't like to do the same as everybody else does or the same as somebody else is doing. Because
the problem with that though, when you're doing coins, or you're doing some kind of collection, It's hard if someone's doing, say, a Hot Wheels car and it's an orange, say, Chevrolet, and you've got a Hot Wheels car and it's an orange Chevrolet. You can't do it any different.
I know.
If you're doing an ASC, if you're doing a Philharmonic and I'm doing a and we don't know I don't know you're doing a Philharmonic and I'm doing a Philharmonic, you can't do it any other way apart from show the coin, talk about it. So it's difficult to get away. But the style of the video is going to be different.
Aye.
But that's why I started doing my.
I am blown away with the Inveraray Castle one, but the Inveraray Castle go in half of the section. I start talking to the maintenance guy, and we start talking about as in the way that Scotland actually functions, or the way that Scotland needs to function. And it explains as in we need the tourism and all the rest and blah, blah, blah. We start talking about the COVID and how it affected.
Oh, it affected a lot of people.
I'm really proud of that video because it came over well, as in because I was like, no, I'm not going to capture you. I don't want to, as in get you in the video. I'm just wanting them to hear the voice, even if it's in the background of you saying whatever.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get into the ground.
I mean, I try and keep it. Oh man, these coins, man, are heavy as hell. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. Oh man, I ain't even finished yet, man. I still got.
I don't expect you to buy. You said something, and I was like, "What? Did I miss that? What was that I said? What?" I thought you were talking to Ran in the thing. I thought you were talking to Ran in the chat.
No, I said you sent some really good stuff, man. You sent some really good stuff. Just WhatsApp me, say next week. Yeah, because we're busy tomorrow. I'm busy over the next few days. Just send me your number, and I'll text you, see if you're free, and we'll have a WhatsApp together. And I'll go through what I got on US sets, and I'll see what I.
You just tell me what you need and tell me I can soon sort it. So I can go through the boxes, I can dig through the boxes, see if it's here.
Yeah, I'll just WhatsApp you, then write it down I'll text you what I like.
Because a lot of it's clad, some it's proof, and then you start getting into the silver series.
Yeah, it's not. You know me, Alex. I'm not bothered whether it's silver, as long as it's a date run. But I'm not bothered.
Don't forget, you've got PD and S. You don't have all the W or the West Points, but you've also got the Carson City. You've got the Carson City. The Carson City is a lot more expensive. The Carson City, and I think it's the same with the West Points. But the rest of it, you need the PD and S, because you've got San Francisco. You've got the Denver the Denver, and then you've got the Philly, but not always Philly's marked. Philly does sometimes is just put as plain, or it doesn't have P on it.
Yeah, I know. It's the thing
So
is,
if you're doing the collection, then if you're like me, as in I start at the start of the collection of what they started at, and then try and go for all the way through to 2024, or when they actually stop.
Well, I'll tell you what coin I do need. I'll tell you what one coin I do need. Okay. Hang on, I've got to find it. There we are. Where are you? It's not a hard coin to get.
Because 1966 is an SMS set, but
no, I got that.
If you're looking through that coin, you need to watch the dime, because it could have the 5 on the cheek. And if it's got the 5 in the cheek, that's good. There's good money in that.
Do you know what? I've got glasses on, but these are so small.
I know. That's the problem.
Bloody hell. I think that's a Philadelphia. Yeah. I need a Denver 1982 $50. That's all I need.
1982, all that.
I've got a 1982 sets. but I'm not going to break them open for just one coin.
You're like me. No, I don't want to break that set home. No, you're looking for a
I
single.
did that one, Alex.
You're looking for
I
a
got
single.
I got all the other coins. Look,
Aye.
I don't need. Right, Alex. I've got to go, mate. Because
There's all right. That's a nickel.
I don't care whether it's. Don't break a set if it's used. Fine. If it's a single uncirculated one.
There's one with a nickel.
As long as it's Denver.
Fives, and that's 83. That's 88. That's 83.
Oh no, I need 82.
So
See,
I might have 82 somewhere.
Oh, Ransom, they got a $50 for night. 1854. I've got a $50. I've got. Hang on, it's in my American books.
Well, they're no $50. They're nickels.
Is that the Columbus one?
What?
That's what I'm talking to. Ran so far away. It's the first commemorative coin, I think, because I got that one as well. If it is, oh, Seated Liberty. I got a Seated Liberty, but I'm not sure the date.
What I find if you buy, say for instance, Dublin, right, and they've been somebody split them because he doesn't do it. I don't think he does it. Splits them. If it's split the coin and you buy, that's when it becomes dearer. But if you buy the full one, because it's in like the white envelope, but you also get the one where it's in the plastic casing. Because when Lemonhead was about it, I bought as much as I possibly could for him because I always wondered when it might stop. But I don't like talking about Lemonhead because of what happened at the very end, and it upsets some people. It upsets them.
Yeah, I know. You said.
So I don't talk about it. But the whole idea was to try and get it to stay in the community. That was the whole idea behind it. It wasn't because I didn't want somebody making profit at it. I just thought it would be nice to try and keep it in the community.
He's a good guy, old Lemonhead. He's one of the guys I did trust. There's only a few out there I trust with auctions. And he's one of them.
But then George is putting a lot of stuff out in his timeline. George find it buried, but George is doing eBay.
Now, is he?
George is doing eBay. George doesn't. I don't think he does YouTube as much as he used to, but he puts stuff on his Facebook timeline. I see him putting stuff on his timeline, and any time me, but it's all for eBay.
Okay, I got to go, Alex. I must go, mate. Oh, Columbus.
Aye.
Oh, the Columbus 89. I got that one. If it is, it's got the ship on it, the world on it, the two, both sides of the world.
Because it was you.
Anyway, I've got to go, guys, because I've got to go and get the stepdaughter from train station.
Yep.
Take care, guys. Have a good one. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Ran. Thank you, everybody. And thank you to Cookie and Raymond for the super chats. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.